street. So we trap it, so we do it. This a rhythm, I lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Land down and we a lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune.
Street, alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Land down and we a lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. We say when you come, we lock down the street. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. The big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say, yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune.
Welcome, folks. What is going on? Welcome aboard the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. And my name is Jason, and we are here with a charter flight on the MD-83. We're going to be flying from Westchester County here over to Minnesota, actually Minneapolis, and the brand new scenery there in FlightBeam MSP. We haven't even landed there yet, so it'd be exciting to see what that looks like. Welcome aboard, folks. If those in the chat, give me a big hello. What's going on? Please feel free to chat and participate in the discussions that we have today. That's great. If you're wondering what this channel is about, it's really three things. One, we want to learn something. Two, we want to do it the right way. And three, we want to have fun. And the reason why we're doing this, and I'll tell you the why this channel, the way I do it, the way we try to fly and all that, there's a deeper reason why. And that boils down to one thing, and that's saving lives, folks. That's exactly what this is. Now, I know a lot of you are like, well, wait a minute. There's, it's kind of a twofold thing. One, we want you to fly the right way, right? Why we want you to do that is to save lives. Number two, maybe you want to be the better than you are now. You want to level up. Even if you're a sim pilot, not real pilot, whatever, you want to level up. That's going to get you there, right? To fly it the right way all the time will get you there. Some of our viewers, you might be a future airline pilot. I don't want to see you go. I want to see you do the right way all the time, be professional what you do, and that's why we do these videos. Anyway, welcome aboard, folks. We've got a fun time today. We've got Curtis Holmes in the house. How are you? Christopher hanging out. He says, what's up? And Shelton, how are you, my friend? Hopefully you are doing well. Jonathan checking in as well with the double stripes. That's awesome, Jonathan. Thank you. And Shelton as well. Thank you as well. There are two members there. We've got a fun one for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weather. It's the first thing we're going to do is chat about this. All right, our weather conditions. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to show you the prog chart really quick. I always like to start kind of a high level. We've got a low pressure, so we're basically got a cold front coming through. We're going to take it off from here, essentially going over the top of this. We're going to be right over the top of these radar. Here's just a kind of low level stuff. We're going to pop through this low. There's a low pressure here, and this cold front. Come right through there, and guess what helps us here? This is a nice high pressure system. Look at these isobars. They're way far apart, and that means it's going to be pretty smooth. I mean, at least in terms of weather down there, they're not too tight away, not too far away. This low is right here. Again, counterclockwise rotation. There's double low right there next to each other, pushing this cold front in. Behind it is nice high pressure coming through. So you got this big low. It's going to be hitting New York here, but we'll probably get into that crap tomorrow. We have to do the return flight tomorrow night after the game. So that'll be on a private stream, though, so our members and our Patreon members will be able to see that stream tomorrow. So that's kind of looking good there. I always kind of like to look at the Sigmets. Nothing's really forecasted. I'll just kind of push this up just a little bit. Nothing major for us there, right? Now let's take a look at our air mats. We've got a few here. We've got some turbulence. Again, that's not a factor for us. We're going to be putting around 34,000 feet today. And then just really quick with the thunderstorms, this is what I kind of like to look at just on this one. Not too bad in terms of what's going on. Pretty benign day. It's going to be a nice day for us. The only thing we have is pretty darn windy out there. So, I mean, it's pretty windy up at altitude, right? So we're going to have a lot of jet streams, pretty rough. Now let's take a look at this. Now, I like to look at this one because I got the weather overlays. So the weather radar is on. You'll see as it kicks in, you can see kind of what I was talking about before. We're going to be over the top of these, no problem. All right, they're sitting around 20,000. We'll be at 34. Over the top should be a good ride. Israel, how are you? Says hello from Costa Rica. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Shelton said Rangers had a decent game. They did. I mean, I will talk about the game last night with the Carolina Hurricanes. It was interesting. Again, it was kind of back and forth. Great. It was like almost another playoff game, folks. I mean, it was crazy. Turbulence is up here. We're going to be bringing this all the way up 340. You can see kind of the climb out is going to be When we get to cruise altitude, we might get a little bit bumps, and until we get above that crap, we should be all right. Climb out and the turbulence, you can see right through this band, we might get some on the climb. We'll probably be up at altitude right here somewhere, so we should be all right. Turbulence is fine. Let's take a look at icing. It's probably not going to be a factor for us. Yeah, we're going to be way over the top of those, so no icing all the way in, and we're good to go. We're going to be taking the Westchester 7 departure out of here. We do have a New York Center, so we're going to call them. We're going to be doing flying south. 163, we'll hook the turn and go 320. We will try not to exceed 190 knots until established on a heading of 320. So we're going to keep it at a slower speed and roll the airplane over to 320. We're only going to climb to 3,000 feet. That's the top altitude they've given us. So we're going to just do this button hook all the way up to the Galel, if you want to call that. That's our waypoint that we're headed to. Right from there, you can see where we're going next. So we go right from that Galel and then all the way up and over. That's kind of what we got today. Once we get to the airport, you see we're going to get a nice pushback. We're going to go nose to the left. Straight down Alpha 16 bound. We're gone. And that is it. Let's go and do a walk around inspection really quick. I'll walk around the aircraft with you. And guess what, folks? We're boarded already. We've got the fuel on board the airplane. We've got everything ready to go on this aircraft. Their strakes are looking good. That's the ground plug looking good. Over here, AOA. That's your alpha vane. That's looking great as well. Come over here, 3 pitot tubes, 1, 2, 3, and they are on the aircraft. They're not broken. Nose gear looks good. The lights look good. The ground deflectors, those are right there. That's a kind of a gravel guard, if you will. That looks good on the airplane. Tap probe right there below. The strake looks good. Again, the AOA alpha vane looks good as well. We're going to go ahead and down the fuselage. Static ports, fantastic. Everything's buttoned up. And our leading edge is good. We've got about 26,000 pounds of fuel on board. I'll show you the paperwork here in just a minute. And then we'll get this show on the road. Without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get out pretty quickly. Lights, good. We're going to look at our static mix. We do have Cliff on board today. We'll see how Cliff does for us. We had to fire him on the last flight. He didn't do so well for us. Okay, looking at the tire again, looking at the tire here, we've got the deflector door looking good. That's the gravel deflector. You make sure that's really there to make sure that it doesn't go up into the engine, right? So that's a deflector door. So that's called. You look at the tire, look at the tread of the tire, and if there's no cords or flat spots sticking out, then you got a good one. Engine nacelles looking good. There's nothing in it, no birds, anything like that. Our maintenance personnel did inspect the airplane before we were leaving today, so they filled it up with oil and everything like that. Elevator looks great. Rudder looks good. Coming across the back end, beaver tail looks good as well. Position light is good to go. Elevators look great. Rudder again on this side. And then we're going to come back. Looking at the exhaust on these JT8 engines, looking great. These are the actual 219 engines that we have on this aircraft. Our pressurization door is open, as it should be, because we're on the ground. And again, let's take a look at the engine nacelle on this side. Great. Doors are closed here. Back over here to the tires. Tires, brakes. You're looking for any fluid, maybe brake fluid on the ground or anything like that. Okay, the flap covers look good. Again, ailerons looking good. Static wicks are on. That is a logo light. I don't know why that's on. It should be off. It's probably a Cliff thing. It's a Cliffism. I'm sure of it. All right, folks, we're going to get inside. Once we get inside, static. Got to look at the static ports here. Look, they're good. We're going to jump inside the airplane, and we're going to start rolling. By the way, folks, if you're new to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button for me, will you, quick? There's our beautiful Coastal Airways cabin. I don't know if I think I showed you guys what it looks like. Look at this. It wouldn't look like this, actually, in real life. It'd be a VIP section. We have our charter department actually has a layout of what the aircraft does look like. I'm going to go right through this door. All right, in the flight deck, here we go. We've got our clearance. So we've got our clearance. We're just going to do our checklist, and we're going to rock and roll. Gravel deflector. What is that? A gravel deflector basically is just make sure that it pushes Like if you land on the runway and there's gravel or some kind of pebbles, it's going to deflect the pebbles away from the bottom of the airplane and away from the engines, so it doesn't kick up in the back end of the engines. That's what that's for. Pre-start check below the line.
Covers and pins.
Removed.
Aircraft log and documents.
Checked on board. Checked on board.
Altimeters.
30.34. Checked. 30.34. Checked. It is checked. Set.
Fuel, oil, hydraulic quantities.
Checked.
0 fuel weight.
Set.
TRP.
35 takeoff flex.
Stabilizer.
Set. Seven. Set.
Flaps takeoff selector.
Stowed.
Speed bugs.
Set.
Pre-start check below the line completed.
Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
All right, folks, what we'll do, just a normal takeoff. When we get on 16, we'll be heading out to the south on the Westchester 7, basically runway heading. I'll go ahead and set that right now, 163. And actually, I'm just going to set the heading bug set to 320, just because that's where we're going to turn. So we're going to go 163. We're going to climb basically to about 800 feet and roll the aircraft to 320, and then we're going to climb. All right. Anything below 80 knots on the runway, we're going to stop. Anything above 80 knots to V1, we're only going to stop with engine fires, any engine failure, fear if the airplane's just coming apart on us, or any wind shear alerts and or warnings. And what we'll do is go throttles to idle, full braking, and then reverse thrust. I'll throw the brakes, and then we'll see what the heck happened. Okay? Any questions? Cliffism. I love it. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. With you here, folks, let's think about a couple of threats. We have ATC up the wazoo here today, so we've got a lot of chatter coming in. We're going to go ahead and close the forward stair first. Let's get the forward stair. Close that main door. Once that's in there, that's good. We're going to the ground. We still got the GPU. I'll fire the APU right now. Probably should have done that a while ago, actually. I just didn't want to burn the fuel. Click to run, throw it to start. Here we go. All right, while the APU is starting, let's talk about a threat. One threat, again, is traffic. So we're going to definitely have our TCAS on. When we push back, I'm going to actually tell this thing which way we're going to push. So we'll do that as well. We'll start number 2 first, and then followed by number 1. So we'll start right engine first, then left engine. One threat we've got to talk about, we've got threat error management here we're going to do. Again, traffic, ATC, so I need you folks to listen as well to any of the air traffic controllers that are going and talking, as I am going to miss stuff. I think a couple of you saved my hide in previous streams because I either missed something or that. So make sure you keep me on target. Pops, how are you? Welcome aboard. We are ready to go. Alrighty then, guys. We've got we're gonna do our before check. Once we get the APU fired up, looks like we should have a good fire on the APU right now, and we sure do. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over to the APU. Looks great. Here it comes. 1, 2, off the power here. APU's on. Gonna throw this to on. Get some air in here, and this goes to run. Now once that's done. Coming across down here, we're going to throw the GPU off. Let's call for taxi. Actually call for GSX push. Prepare for push and departure, please. Do you want to start engines before pushback? No, I do not want to do that. Why would I want to do that? Just burns more fuel. I hope you folks had a great week. It should be a lot of fun here today. I'm excited for this flight. I'm excited to see what FlightBeam has cooked up for us. It looks really good. I mean, just by the pictures and stuff I saw, it looks awesome. Before start, check.
Parking brakes.
Set.
Doors.
Closed.
Startup and pushback clearance.
Approved. All right, pumps are coming on. Seatbelts coming on. Well, my lap belts.
Before start check completed. Ready for engine start.
Not the push, not the chutes yet, folks. Almost there. All right, we're ready to go. He's got the lights on. And we're ready to rock and roll here. Get in there. Okay, let me roll this up. That's a little too dang far. There we go. Trying to get my seat right. All right, let's go ahead and flip the radios over to 120.8. That's New York, and we're gonna rock and roll. Oh crap! What did it say? I wanted to do my own. Hold on. Abort the pushback. Sorry, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna request push. No, I want to request push. I might have to reset this stupid thing. I'm going to restart it. And the reason why I have to do that is I have to tell it to push a certain way, because what they'll do is they'll push us on the dang grass. So I got to get a clearance on push on Alpha, but it looks like he just, in our clearance, he said just push. So we're going to go prepare for pushback. Let's do that again. Do you want to start engines? No, I do not. All right. Did everybody have a good week? I hope you did. We'll talk about the Ranger game last night and what I think they need. And certain things. I mean, there's a lot going on here in... Okay, lights are on. This is a pretty airport. I mean, you can see where Alpha is. It's pretty much pushback straight down here. But when they push us like somewhere on the grass. And that's just not going to work, right? So... Okay, the bypass spin is in. Let's go ahead.
35, turn left heading 270, climb and maintain 15,000.
Left turn 270, 15,000, American 2035.
I don't have my pen on me. I don't even have a pen. Like, that ain't good. Who flies without a pen these days? I have a digital pen, I guess. Just remember clearances and stuff. All right, let's jump in the flight deck, and they're going to kind of give us directions here on which way we want to push. Shelton says week was steadily solid. Good.
Second 2035, contact New York Center 125.32.
2532, good night.
You had an all right week? Great. So I'm going to do a quick edit. I'm glad. Quick edit push. So what's going to do is going to bring us out of the jet here. That's kind of what we want, because you can see what the pushback they're doing. That's what they do to us. So how about no on that? And I'm going to bring him up to here and say, okay, dude. And I'm going to bring him like this so we can point this way.
26, 4 miles from Yeoman, cross Yeoman at or above 3,000, cleared ILS, runway 22 approach.
Now this is going to be 1-6, right? So kind of like right there.
401, turn left heading 040, vector for the downwind.
Normally that's the case.
040, vector for the downwind for 401.
No, I don't. Let's do this thing. All right, we're going to release the parking brake. He said give us a call when we're ready for taxi. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. One really quick thing. I'm going to go ahead and start the center pumps. So I know Cliff didn't. Heater's on. I'm messing him up.
Can we get lower?
American 1504, descend and maintain 8,000.
Okay, let's push, folks.
8,000,
Brakes
Mark 1504.
off. All right, ready, Cliff? We're going to start the red engine here. Start right engine.
Starting right engine.
All right, here we go.
Right start valve open. N2, oil pressure.
Let's see if he gets. Let's see if he just keeps going. Start left engine. Start left engine. Start left. I remember that last when we were in. Where we were in Edmonton. He was nuts.
N1.
What a nut. Flight mode's
Fuel on.
Fuel coming on here. Fuel on right now, buddy. Got a good light. There it is. EGT coming up.
Fuel flow. EGT.
Starter
right start
closed.
valve closed.
American 401, descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000 for 01.
American 1504, descend and maintain 7,000.
7,000, Mark 1504.
Air Canada 726, contact LaGuardia Tower, 118.7.
Stabilizing. Stabilized.
New York departure, Brickyard 5673 at 2400
Brakes coming
feet,
set.
climbing to
Brakes set.
7,000 on, approaching...
Start left engine.
Starting
Brickyard
left engine.
5673 near departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 12,000.
Left start
Turn
valve
left heading
open.
040.
N2, oil
Left heading
pressure.
040, climb to 120.
Okay, shoots on. Here we go.
Correction 12,000. Brickyard 5673.
I'm putting them on now. It's one less thing I have to worry about with this guy.
N1.
Shoots on in the chat, folks. We're getting 22%. We'll kick them on.
Fuel on.
Fuel's coming on. Timer's set. Here we go. Fuel on. Timer's up. On the watch.
Fuel flow. EGT. Left start valve closed.
I got the window open so you can hear it. The JT8s. Listen to that engine. Gorgeous. Nothing like a JT8. Sorry.
Left heading 310.
Looking good there. Bat
Stabilizing.
folds.
Heading 310, Brickyard 5673.
Stabilized.
Amps. Straight up, coming up on that side. APU's coming off right now. Got a good light. Air's off. APU off. That's on. Galley's on my side. Coming in. That's off for now. Lights are on. Emer. That's good. Here we go. Auto. Okay, let's do an after start. After start check.
Ignition.
Off.
Electrical loads.
Checked.
Air conditioning supply.
Auto.
Galley power.
On.
American 1504, turn left heading
protection
030, vector
Set.
downwind.
Left turn 303.
Off.
300, Mark 1504.
Pneumatic cross feed
1504,
valve
negative
lever.
0.
Closed.
030, Mark 1504.
American 401, turn 10 degrees left.
10 degrees left for first one.
Brickyard 5673, turn left heading 270.
Flight control check completed.
73.
Hydraulic pumps and pressure.
On high. Set and checked.
Annunciator panel.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Removed.
All clear signal.
Received.
Flaps, slats.
Set and checked.
After start check completed.
We are cleared on the left.
We are clear on the right.
Taxi check.
Fuel heat.
Off.
Flaps and slats.
20 degrees. Take off.
Keeper bugs and TRP.
Set checked. Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds.
No changes.
Takeoff briefing.
Performed.
ATC flight guidance systems and nav aids.
Set and checked.
FMS.
Pre-flight completed.
APU air and master switch.
Both off.
Brake temperature and pressure.
Checked.
Taxi check completed.
Ragga 401 descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 3000 for 401.
Ragga 1504 descend and maintain 4000.
4,000, Merc 1504.
Call. New York Center, Riptide 5803 at White Plains taxi.
Riptide 5803 near departure, runway 16 taxi via Alpha.
16 via Alpha, Riptide 5803. All right, let's go. Brakes off.
5673, climb maintain 15,000. Contact New York Center on 132.17, 3217.
3217 up to 15,000, Brickyard 5673.
So quick taxi, folks. Very fast. Now we got flaps 20 here. Why are my flaps up? Look at that. Remember I said flaps should be at 20? Well, what the heck was that about? Glad we checked them. Set flaps 20. Set. All right, let's get the flight attendant seated. Art's up on the master caution. That's probably what that was. Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff.
Ragga 401, turn right heading 120, descend and maintain 2000.
Right 120, descend and maintain 2000 for 401.
All right, folks, let's do a lineup check. Tap the brakes. Lineup check.
Dr. 1504, descending.
Secured.
The
Windows.
Left side closed.
Right side closed.
1504, need approach, use caution,
Enunciator
similar call
panel.
Checked.
frequency, American 1504,
Ignition.
Delta 1504.
Set to both.
Information, hotels current at LaGuardia, and say altitude pass.
Set to both.
We've got hotel and we're descending through 1,000.
Auto.
Transponder set to TARA.
1504, Roger, expected visual
Takeoff
approach runway
clearance.
22.
Received.
Ragga
Lineup check
1504, use
completed.
caution, similar sound and call sign on frequency, Delta 1504.
Ready.
Roger.
All right, we're going to cross the ILS hold here. Looks good on the approach end.
985 through 3,000 for 5,000.
Shelton, I'll get to your question here in a minute.
The LaGuardia Airport is at your 2 to 3 o'clock.
We're going to go ahead and blast off out of here. Just give me a second.
Everything is ready for 401.
Okay, brakes coming on.
Clear visual approach runway 22.
Flaps are
Clear
set.
visual approach runway 22 for 401. Thank you so much.
Walker 985, near departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 12,000.
Climb and maintain 12,000, Walker 985.
Ragga 1504, flighting 040.
040, American 1504.
Ragga 401, contact LaGuardia Tower, 118.7, good night.
Tower on 118.7. Thank you so much for your here and see you next flight.
Nice flight. Riptide 5803, wind 104, runway 16, clear for takeoff.
Cover the winds, 16, clear for takeoff. Riptide 5803. Let's go. Brakes. Okay, cleared on the left, cleared on the right. Here we come on the lights.
Walker 985, turn left heading 300.
Left 300, Walker 985.
Ready. All right, we're ready to go, folks. Looks good on that side. We're going to climb up to 3,320 on the turn. Westchester 7, basically 163. Runway heading to about 800 feet. Roll the aircraft to the right, 320 on the heading. Any questions? 36 on the pavement. Look, 16 on the pavement. We got 16 on the ND. We can't check the compass. Okay, we're lined up, ready to go. Here we go, thrust coming in. And we are armed, good, bringing them up. 1.4 on the EPR. 2, push him up, push him up. Auto throttle is on. Okay, thrust is set. Clamp. 80 knots, cross
80
check,
knots.
looks good.
New York 1686 with you 7,000.
We're
V1.
going?
1686 near departure, turn right heading 090, climb and
quick.
maintain 10,000.
Right, 09010,000.
I got a positive right. Gear up.
United 1686, amend the altitude, maintain 8,000 for now.
8,000, 1686.
There's 800 feet. Start your roll. Heading select.
Gear up, lights out.
Heading select. 320. Here we go. 2,000 feet. I got the airplane. New York departure. Riptide 5803 out of 2,000 for 3.
Riptide 5803 near departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 11,000.
11,000. Riptide 5803. 320 on the turn.
American 1504, descend and maintain 3,000.
3,000, American 1504.
Keeping on the turn here. Heading select is on.
1686, climb and maintain 10,000.
I maintain 10,000,
Altitude
1686.
set. Okay, I'm going to retract some flaps. Flap 11 coming up. We're rolling out 320.
Walker 985, I'll have higher for you in about 5 miles here.
Flap 11.
Copy, thanks.
There's 320 on the turn. The heading. Looking
Riptide
good.
5803, flighting 320.
That's where we're at. 320 on the turn. Riptide 5203. 5803, sorry.
So the 1504, descend and maintain.
That's where we are here. 320 on the turn. Flaps coming up.
Delta 1504.
Select climb thrust.
Climb power is set.
Heading select.
Walker 985, turn left.
Engage heading select.
70, climb and maintain
Heading select
15,000.
engaged.
Left 270, climb and maintain 15,000. Walker 985.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot 1 is on.
Riptide 5803, contact New York Center, 132.17, 3217.
3217, thanks. 3217.
Walker 985,
Set.
contact New York Center, 132.17.
13217, Walker 985.
American 1504, American, turn right heading 120, descend and maintain 2,000.
What was the heading again, American 1504?
What are you doing to me,
1504,
buddy?
turn right heading 120, descend and maintain 2,000.
120, 2,000, American 1504.
United 1686, contact New York Center on 132.17,
Let's get on the right heading first.
3217.
Cliff did something stupid to me.
17, 1686.
12170, right? $175. That's it. 132, 175.
Right up to Lima Golf, it's not charted, it's going to be an uncharted hold.
Hold on. Climb check.
1686 with you 10,000.
At 1686 New York Center, good evening, climb maintain 17,000.
17,000, 1686. New York Center, good evening, KLM 662
Seatbelts.
Heavy inbound Robbinsville, flight
On.
370.
KLM 652 Heavy, New York Center, good day.
New York, good evening, Delta 512, flight level 340, would like 360 for cruise if possible.
All right, hold, folks.
American,
We're just on the climb
2035,
right now.
New York
We're just climbing real smooth, real slow. It's all right. 320. We're doing a heading select
New York
right
Center, good
now.
evening, Walker
Autopilot is
985,
on.
level at 15,000.
Speed's looking good. Slats coming retracted.
American 2035, I'm not entirely sure, I expect 15 minutes.
That was my fault with the
And
slats.
number
Normally
905,
have him do it,
make sure
but
no right turns. Hold
I didn't
south
want to go
west
from
of
20 to 0 to nothing, so
Okay, we have everything set
Slats
up.
are retracted.
Saying hold
That's good.
northeast of Copes. We followed your instructions. We'll just see what happens, I guess.
Let's give him a call here.
905 Foxtrot Mike, if you just hold around Copes, it'll work out at 17,000.
That's the plan. Thanks.
Gale. New York Center, Riptide 5803 out of 10,700 for 11,000. Gale.
Riptide 5803, New York Center, good evening. Climb maintain flight level 340, and you're clear direct. Gale.
340 on the altitude, direct Gale, thanks. 340.
New York
Set.
Delta 512, flight level
Armed.
340, we'd like 360.
Come down here. We're going to go Gale. And then enter. Let's go to arm navigation. It should be a track heading here. There it goes. Track on altitude is not hold. And then we're going to go VNAV right there. Let the airplane do its climb.
Level at 15,000.
There we
on a
go.
270 heavy.
Power's coming in. Once we get to 300, then we'll start the climb.
133.45.
We're heading on track here. Just a minute. We'll do a climb check.
Walker 985 New York Center, good. You could direct Biggie, climb maintain 17,000, and I'll have...
He did his climb already. We did the climb check. I'm just going to check the pressurization. We are climbing. I'm going to lock this. Track hours coming locked.
Walker 985.
Seatbelt signs. Seatbelts are coming off for me. It's pretty smooth. All right. Kind of late on the retraction on the flaps there.
Lima Uniform New York Center, good evening. In climb maintain 17,000. Are you direct anything right now?
We're on a heading.
All right, we're good on the climb. Direct to Gale. That's our first waypoint out of here. And airplane's looking good. Nice and smooth on the climb. Beautiful out there.
Number 10 for Lima Uniform, you clear direct Yardley.
Direct Yardley for Lima.
All right, let's go outside and check this out. Look at that. Look at that smoke spewing out of the back of this airplane. Look at that. It's beautiful. Rolling coal, folks. Rolling coal. I got to turn those lights off on the dang flight deck.
.com 728, contact Boston Center 133.45. Good night.
Logo lights going to throw off. Flag lights off. 13,000, folks, coming up. Sean, what's going on? Cody's checking in. All right, Shelton, he said, now I'll get to your question. Sean, what's going on? Sean's two-striper. Thanks, Sean, by the way. Awesome work. We're going to get going. What do we got for a menu? We got a menu on this flight. We'll show that. I am going to show you the paperwork. 340 on the climb. We're through 14,000 right now. 15,000 coming over the top. Going direct to Gale. We're hooked up on NavTrack. We got a VNav climb as well. Everything looks good on the jet. We'll go ahead and reset this. We got a good airplane. I didn't have Cliff do the takeoff really. Okay, we got 5 degrees right now on the outside air temperature here. That's the rat. It looks like to me we've got.
I'm not sure how long I gave you those legs last time. If you can make it 5-mile legs around Cope, that'd be greatly appreciated. And
we're definitely going to throw on if we're.
Expect 10 minutes from now.
We're going to get into these clouds. We've got to turn some engine anti-ice to the on position just to make sure. All right, flaps are up. That's good. That's good. Normally I have Cliff do. The reason why I didn't have Cliff do the retraction of the flaps. There's 18,000. Hang on. Transition.
Set.
Cliff. Look, Cliff is he's doing his thing, right? We're so far so good with this guy. 290-902. Here we go on the standby. All right, we're at Gale coming in. 2992. All right.
652, contact Boston Center.
We're heading to. What's going on, Cody? Shelton says, will there be an updated MD-83 with the VIP configuration for coastal, or is this configuration staying the same? You know, normally, like, okay, so I don't know if we can change the cabin. I would love to change the cabin for VIP access. I'm going to ask our repainter if we can do that. So we'll try it, right? There's Cliff. He's shutting off the lighting now, which is he's doing something, right? He's getting paid. Do something. Do something, right, Cliff? Dang it. So far, he's been good. I'm just kind of seeing, folks, if we got the chemtrails, by the way. The chemtrails are on right now.
Walker 985. I'm going to maintain flight level 180.
So Mislin, we're going to hit Mislin right now. Then we've got Stomp.
Walker 985.
Then we got Buffy. And that's kind of where we are right now. So we're hitting 22,000. Everything looks good on the jet. I'm going to probably turn on the engine anti-ice here shortly. I will turn this off because we don't want to burn this. And this is kind of stuck on the loading. I don't know what's going on. I've got to report this saying it's just jammed out on the loading screen. It won't connect. So
2321, level 330.
That's going to be an issue, but we're going to turn that off, save some battery. I wanted to show you guys kind of that. I am going to turn off terrain now.
Cross Hayde at and maintain flight level 180.
We will put the weather radar on.
Cross Hayde at maintain level 180, Delta 2321.
Yeah, it would be awesome to show you. I'm actually going to show you what we have. If I can find it, I'll show you this MD-80 3 on how it's configured, on what we've got going on actually in the back. And Sean made a great seat map that I'll show you. It's really cool. I probably featured it on other stream.
New York Center, American,
but it's cool. Let's go and tune Bingham.
Level 380.
Excuse me, Binghamton 112.2. 112.2. Feeling like we're getting into some bumps.
New York Center, hello.
It's 24,000, looking good. Getting in those clouds.
Tell me new altitude.
It might be. Yeah, I'm going to turn them on. It's just enough where I'm going to kick those puppies on. Right back down here, we're going to go engines.
And repeat
engine.
that last transmission part for me.
And
New York Center 120.02. And tell them your new altitude at flight level 360. Tell me your new cruise.
Gotcha. 120, and we'll tell them the new altitude. Thanks.
We're climbing a 340, folks, and we're doing that because of our weight.
Level 100, heading 050.
Looks like they're busy, man. We got air traffic control the entire route, folks. The entire route. That's pretty good for now. Jerry says this plane flies amazing now after all the updates they have done, and my favorite, maybe my favorite in the MSFS. Yeah, we love it, right? I mean, we fly the coastal crew here. We fly the crap out of this aircraft. We really, really fly. I mean, last hockey season, what did we put on, Sean? We put about 300 hours on the aircraft. Maybe it was like 295 hours on the airplane, just that one airplane. So a lot of.
With you, flight.
And I do love it. I like this airplane. It's a pilot's plane, right? It's one of those that you're not going to fall asleep at the helm here. You can't do that in an MD-80. All right. The 737 is a little less than that. I mean,
I'm sorry, I had another controller in my ear. Say again.
Hold on, just a minute.
Emirates 27 with you.
Okay, I'm going to change the cruise point 77.
Emirates 27 New York.
Climb's fine. Cruise going to be 0.77. Execute that. Legs coming in. Good. So I do want to show you a couple things.
Flight level. I didn't get to flight level. I'm sorry.
17,000, sir.
All right, I'm going to make sure my paperwork's done.
17,000 direct merit, Emirates 27.
Remember, 657, you can contact the Boston Center now, 133.45. Good night.
Okay, I'm going to show you a few things.
Decimal 45 for November 657. Thank you, sir.
30,000 now on the altitude. Let's take a look at the trip overview. Now this is dang it, you guys. I'll have to do it again. Hang on, I got to reconnect. It disconnected
Center
me.
Walker 985, like to step away for 2 minutes.
It's going to back up a little bit here.
985, I'm going to have some flight holding instructions here. Advise when you're ready to copy.
They're holding, man. I don't know what's going on here, but they're holding. All right, so
Walker 985,
this paperwork that we have
on the 220 radio inbound, right turn, 5-mile legs. Expect for the clearance 15 minutes.
So this is our paperwork that Sean, our charters department manager, gives us, and he does everything for us. So This is what our trip overview looks like. We've got obviously the customers, New York Rangers.
And expect 15.
We've got
Was that 220 outbound or
HPN to Minneapolis, St. Paul, back to HPN. This is a quick turn.
220 inbound.
Tomorrow we're flying back. We are in the correct jet, which is our MD-83. We have 494 Sierra Charlie. Flight number is 5803. We got 60 passengers on board. That's the players, coaches, equipment managers, and our broadcasters, Sam and Joe.
Contact Boston Center 133.45.
We've got 1,000 feet to go.
Thank you.
I'm just going to slide this out. Make sure the airplane actually levels off, so I'm watching it. You know, a good pilot's always going to do that. And then we'll see if we're above these clouds. Maybe we can kill the engine anti-ice here. Let the airplane settle down. Here it comes. Just give me 1 second. Just making sure the power gets pulled.
MS-27 still on the same frequency. Make sure 133.
Okay, power's coming back. It should be. We should be out of the bumps. It looks like we're out of the clouds for the tops now with 75 knots on the head, and I expect that. Kind of like 70 knot range. Looks like we're over the top, and it's pretty smooth. Let's go and turn them off. For now, I expect bumps later, but for now, we're good to go.
058 Alpha Charlie, New York Center.
All right, here we go. We're going to turn these off.
New York, the Skyline 508 Alpha Charlie. We're on the ground at Allentown, looking to pick up our IFR to Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg.
Number
You guys know
508
how I like to
Alpha
fly. I
Charlie,
kind of
don't
like
have
to
a
fly
flight plan
up
on file
and
for you. Make sure that's
zoomed
your
out a little
file.
bit here. Just a cruise. All right. I'll go ahead and throw the seatbelt sign to the off position. Let everybody get up and walk around the cabin. I'll go ahead and show this again here. All right, so here we go, our paperwork. We've got our FBO outbound here was Atlantic Aviation, and we had that.
133.45. Good night.
Looks like we won't be changing his frequency until we get to Cleveland Center at
Flight
View.
91, New York Center. Good evening. Cross bottles at and maintain flight level 280.
All right, once we land into Minneapolis, looks like we have signature flight support gate. Foxtrot 9 is the parking. I got to take a look at that. See where that gate is before we're done. I'll have a look. And then our hotel is going to be right here. We're going to be at the Marriott Minneapolis Mall of America. That is supposed to be huge. That's a big mall, isn't it? I mean, they got a stinking hotel in that mall. That's nuts. We've got catering from LSG Sky Chefs. And then we can see our leg 2, which is tomorrow. That's going to be a scheduled 10:55 p.m. Central. I haven't booked that yet for our members, but it'll be booked tomorrow or even tonight. We have this daylight savings time. Little note in there. We're going to end daylight savings tomorrow, so that's interesting. Will probably affect us as we are scheduled to arrive at 1:33 a.m. Eastern. So that's kind of what we've got. We've got 900 miles there. We've got looks like 951 on the way home. So that's the paperwork that Sean gives us. Let's go ahead and take a look at our release documentation. Sorry, that's the wrong one right there.
332, contact New York Center 120.0.
Yeah, that's a gate at the terminal on the north side. All right, Sean. I'm gonna take a look at the map with you here later. So just a couple of things, folks. I always post these. If you're a member or a patron, I'll post them in our Discord channel. Patrons will have access to that, and so will our YouTube members. So you could download this. You can want to fly the same exact flight. You could do that. All this is filled out. Our first waypoint we're going to do, and you can see I've highlighted this one, and I've highlighted these two. That means I plugged it into the FMC already, because when we jumped on, I preloaded the aircraft, got it ready to go for you, so you weren't seeing me, doing everything on the ground, because that's kind of a pain in the neck. So I kind of, we aren't parking at Signature per se. Okay, I gotcha. I want to see the weather here, folks. It feels like I'm getting some bumps.
You can contact the Cleveland Center now, 125.42.
Let's take a look at the turbulence forecast here at 340. It says light turbulence.
Brickyard 5673
Let's just
New
check
York.
it. Right now, it looks pretty darn smooth. Wings are not flexing on us. It's probably just a little chop that I'm feeling. I'm feeling it in my seat. I've got 2 butt kickers on, and the turbulence, you could feel it when you're hitting bumps. Right now, we're doing all right. It looks like we've got above this cloud layer. So the airplane's settling down nice. That's all right. It's probably
Number
just...
905 Foxtrot Mike, climbing team flight level 200, and contact
I am going to turn on
120.02.
our weather.
Level 200 and 120.02 was the frequency.
There's 10, there's 20, 30. There we
Number
go.
254 Sierra X-ray, contact Boston Center 133.45. Good night.
We won't be in Boston.
133
Our next
I'm
center is going to be Cleveland.
Yes, sir. It's 13.
They are on frequency, so I don't know which one they're going to give us. Jerry says TFDI MD-80 got to be MD-11's got to be coming out soon. Fun cargo runs with that, absolutely. Let's check. Let's check that anyway.
Quebec, contact Boston Center 133.45.
I'm expecting a handoff here right after Binghamton, New York, which is this VOR CFB. Once we're done with this VOR, expect a handoff, so I'm going to kind of be quiet and listen to it. But you can see the paperwork's done. I've already looked at our NOTAMs. There's nothing really affecting our route of flight today. Everything looks good in that time of that kind of thing. So we should have, no NOTAMs really affecting our route of flight as it stands now. That could change. But right now, we're doing pretty good with the NOTAMs. I did check it, is what I'm saying. And you can see on the paperwork, I have these checked. You can see all these check marks. That means I've read them, I've looked at them. Nothing's really affecting us. I would definitely note it. I did note this right there. We have 30 left. The ALS is unusable.
Cross Racky at
Okay.
13,000, Delta 2321.
Or, yeah. And then we have runway 422 is closed. So we'll check on that. We'll make sure we're good on those 2 things. Let's take a look at the charts now. And let's look at our gate. And I know it's a little early, but looks like Foxtrot 9, did you say? Yeah, we got Foxtrot 9 on the gate on our paperwork. So I'm going to show you right here.
Number 254 Sierra X-ray, are you up?
Gate Fox 9.
American 754 New York, I wish I could give you higher. You still got to stay at 17,000. You can actually expect holding instructions here momentarily.
Man, everybody's holding. What's going on? Is there I know there's World Flight.
Okay,
I don't know if it's tonight.
It's going to be an unpublished hold, so it's not going to be in a chart. You can hold southwest of the Copes intersection on the 220 inbound radio. 5
Nice.
mile legs, right turn. Expect for the clearance 1 to 5 minutes.
I just sent you the gate on Discord.
On the 220 inbound.
Okay, let's take a look at the chart real quick.
Right turn.
All right, so let's get rid of that. We're going to go ahead and click MSP charts here.
Sierra Tango 5803. I'm sorry, I forgot the call sign. You can contact Cleveland Center now, 134.12.
134.12. We'll see it. Riptide 5803. 134.12.
Brickyard 5673.
134.12. You got it? 134.12, folks.
Brickyard 5673.
134.12.
Go ahead.
Brickyard 5673, New York Center. Good evening. You can contact the Cleveland Center, 125.42. Good night.
2542, thanks.
134.135. Did he say that right? Did I get it right? Somebody help me out. Let's see what we got. Cleveland Center. 134.125. 134.125. That is correct. Let's go and call him. Before you call Cleveland, let them know we're right over Binghamton pretty much.
Center, West Track 447.
Dang it.
Thank you.
We jumped on me. It's just about ready.
Back, cross Easton at and maintain 17,000. Buffalo altimeter is 3009er. Cross Easton 17,000, 3009er. West Track 447.
Cleveland Center, Riptide 5803, crossing Binghamton 340.
Riptide 5803, Cleveland Center.
All right, so Sean just said he just sent us the gate information. We're going to go check that out right now. Sorry that popped up on you. Let's take a look at that. We're kind of skimming these clouds, aren't we, a little bit? So, oh yeah, we're in them. I mean, it's really wispy. It's still just enough to, I wish we can get just a little higher here. At negative 28, but still, like when we get to the negative 30s, that's when we would consider throwing on, we wouldn't need engine anti-ice, but in this crap, we're kind of going to need this. It's just cold enough. It's wispy though, it's not like it's solid. But that's the standard is visible moisture, right? Yeah, that's good enough for me. I'm going to flip them on here, folks. Just turn them on. We'll throw this on to both again, and then we'll kick on the engine anti-ice just until we clear this crap. Kind of expected that a little bit. Just kind of this is our Finger Lakes area where I was talking to that weather coming in. I'll show you. Every time I say, hey, let's take a look at the chart. Okay.
2219, Cleveland Center.
We're going to click charts here. We're going to go into our taxi chart,
American 14,
pull out the gates,
New York Center, 1, 2,
and then we'll lock them in.
1, 3, 2,
and we're going to Foxtrot Niner, which is on this side. Excuse me. We're basically going to land probably a 30 left, 30 right. One of these, I don't know which runway. I haven't looked yet. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll kind of get a taxi plan, but it looks like it's Foxtrot 9, which is right there. We got the alley here. It's going to be beautiful. Folks, you're going to see this terminal. It's absolutely going to be gorgeous. This is going to be a really nice shot of, if you're thinking about buying the FlightBeam scenery, this is the flight that's going to show you, oh yeah, I want to buy it, or no, I don't. So we'll see it, but that's kind of where it is. Fox 9 right there. We're actually going to get off on a gate. They're actually going to walk inside the building here. It's pretty good. Muscle 3 arrival. We've got a few minutes till we get there, but that's kind of how it looks. Let's go and get a quick update on the weather, and I'll show you where we're sitting right now. So we just passed Binghamton. Let's take a look at our weather radar. You could see we're flying. That's kind of where it is, just sitting right there for us. It's kind of wispy crap. I'm definitely going to get a little more intense as we get over. We should be over this stuff. If you were worried about that, we can go down to the high cloud top level and see what it's pushing. It's pushing about 30 range, and then we can go to convective and see if there's any convective clouds. Nope, nothing that's really going to bother us in terms of convection. So it might just be cloudy for us. That's what's nice about this.
Okay, 4718, any preference on visual 2-3 or 3-2?
Definitely going to be clouding up for us here, folks, right around that 25,000. Looks like 30 would be here, so 34. It's getting it darker. We really won't get out of the clouds until north of Michigan, Traverse City. So probably going to look like this for quite a bit. But I do not want to fly with the engine anti-ice on the whole time. I really don't. So I might see if we can get a top burn upward. Gross weight at that 125.3. Can we climb to 20? Where were we at? 34. So can we climb to 36? We might be able to do a step climb to 360, which will help us kind of get out of this cloud, and then we can throw off the engine anti-ice. All right, thanks, Sean. He just hooked up the ATIS there. MSP. This is Minneapolis arrival information. We're looking right now 340. So let's expect the 3 zeros. 10 miles visibility, scattered at 25,000. Looks like 6 over 1, 3012. It's beautiful. Runways 422 is closed. See, I told you we caught that on the.
That's right. He said he was on a break. Delta 2290, let's try this for now. Do not exceed Mach 0.79 for the moment, spacing to Boston.
All right, so it seems like Boston is the one who's getting creamed at this point. And then I told you I was going to look for something, and I definitely wanted to do that. So, and then we'll talk about the Rangers here. The Rangers had a game last night. They played Carolina, which is known to be one of those headache teams. They really drive it to you in terms of they're just tough. They're really tough. They're a tough team to beat. They're not easy to win on.
1462 on the ground at Buffalo, like 6 bar IFR to Delta Charlie Alpha.
Delta 1462 Cleveland says it's going to be a PDC. Give me like 20 seconds.
I'm going to pull up right now. I'm going to find Sean. I'm going to try to find our. I don't know if we have a menu. I don't know if you cooked one up, but I'm going to find while we get a menu going. I don't know. I'm going to try to find what's for dinner. It'd be lunch because we took off at like 2. Maybe it'd be dinner. I don't know. I'm going to try to find you the MD-80. Our MD-80, what it looks like inside. And I'm going to try to find it the best I can. It's been a while, so.
And Brickyard 4817.
Let me see.
No, we're going to be at gate 10 and 2 Buffalo.
Roger.
Well, that ain't going to work. Hang on. Ah, there it is. No, I thought I had it. Nope. Dang it. All right, let's try this. Search again. Where did you put that? I don't remember where we put that, Sean. If I click that. Ooh, I found it. I found it. I told you I would. I'm going to save this for... Yes. All right, here we go. It's actually on our website. So let's pull this up. You can see the configuration of the MD-80 and what we have. Sean came up with this. It's absolutely beautiful. And actually, I'm going to send this to one of my deals right now. So I'm going to put it in, create a new note. I'm going to throw in a coastal manuals and import that. Click done. And then I'm going to go right back into here. We'll pull up our manuals and there it is.
WestJet 447, if you haven't already, start the descent, please. 17,000, altimeter still 3009.
We were just reaching the top of descent for WestJet 447, but we'll begin our descent now.
I must have psychic powers.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm buffering. I should not be buffering. I got to call my ISP. Dang it!
Brickyard 4718 after Dunkirk, descend and maintain 6,000.
I have my own line here. I should not do this buffering garbage. Getting plenty now, but still. All right, so if we take a look at this, I'm going to zoom in. You could see what we've got. We've got, this is the coaches section.
0.80 spacing for Boston.
So right here, in this section here, I'm just going to highlight. This section here is coaches. So that section I just highlighted. Oh, man. All right. That's the coaches section right there, folks. So you can see you have 2 chairs. You have basically 2 chairs and a table. So that's where the coaches are going to review video and stuff like that. We've got behind there, you've got players and coaches section. Here, 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 and here. Which is really cool. And this is all obviously our players from section row 8 down to, I don't know, 13, let's say. You've got another section here for players. And then all of this in the back of the aircraft, right around here, is not going to be for players. This section is going to be for your staff. So you'll have your staffers are going to be there, your broadcasting and whatever being this
447,
side.
I don't know what's up to Toronto. They were just online, but now they're off, and they didn't tell me anything. So for now, frequency change approved. Suggest you monitor 125.77 in case they come back online.
Ryan, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you, man. Hopefully you're well.
Roger that. We'll monitor their frequency.
So you could see what we've got down here. You've got full first class, full recline. We have 32 seats there.
Welcome back. Say your Mach number.
Seat width. Look at the seat width on this. It's 21 inches.
The
The pitch is 58 to 60. How would you like to fly in that? First class, we have 16 first class seats, which aren't full recline. They're all here. You could kind of see our full recline seats are up in the front of the aircraft. See that full recline? These two here are these four, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 right here. I'm going to highlight them. Maybe a little lighter color than this. Let's see if we could do a light color. Maybe that's going to show. But right in this section here, oops. This section here is our full recline. So you have these seats. Dang it. No, that doesn't do it either. It's really hard to see this color on that. Let's try this lighter one. Nope. Anyway, you guys got to get the gist. On this side of the aircraft, we have the full recline seats. This is full recline. These two are full recline, and so are those. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. And then we have all of these are full recline. Straight up to this section, row 13, and that's when it cuts off. So this row right here, it stops, and that's going to, again, more for support staff on this side. But it's still first class seating in the back. That's pretty darn good. So our players are going to sit right and on this region and here. Pretty cool stuff. Sean did an excellent job with the with our seat map. It's beautiful. And then we have club table seating. You can see here. The coaches use this a lot. We have 2 galleries, 3 lavatories, and 2 closets. And I believe our closets are in the back. We have 2 labs in the back, 1 in the front, and then a coat hanger there with 2 galleys. So that is the MD-83 and MD-82 layout.
Keep it on the taxi lane. That's your own risk.
All of our MD-80s are just like that. They're pretty cool.
Sorry, we'll do.
It's a sweet job. How many people do the MD-80 hold was the question I wanted to ask. Okay, how many does like a regular MD-80 hold? Not a VIP section? A lot. It holds about 160, depending on the series, holds about 168 to about 170 on just a regular MD-80. MD-82s, MD-83s, your MD-88 is the same. MD-87s are different. They're smaller. So think of the MD-87 as an equivalent of a 737-600. They're a little bit smaller in terms of length and then passengers. The MD-87 can hold about 100 and just around 100 passengers. 110, right around that range. The MD-87 is just like a 737-600, except it was just shortened. Same engine, so a lot of power on that airplane. It's a pocket rocket. That thing can go. And that's what it was for. It was for those smaller airports to get into, not a lot of people. That's why they built the 717. It was their equivalent of an MD-87. So the 717 and the MD-87 were built pretty much the same regional jet kind of feel without all that expense of the fuel. So that's why the 717 was built. About that 100-seater range.
We'll report Brickyard 4718.
All right, well, we're going to probably do a step climb here, folks. I kind of want to get out of this range if we can. Just got to see our weight, where we're sitting, 124,000. Let's go ahead and pull up our... we're going to get into Toronto Center here shortly. They might or may not be on. I do not know. It doesn't look like they're online right now. They could be, though. I have no idea. Doesn't look like they're on. So it looks like we're going to get a handoff here shortly. So we might want to do a step climb. I'm going to go ahead and check out the paperwork just to make sure we can climb it up before we make that jump. We're going to do 0.77 on the cruise. We're 124,000 pounds. So 124.77, 124 puts us around, let's see, 122, 124. We can go up to,
Delta 709 with you.
we definitely could go up to 37,000. Let's do a step climb, 360. We can go up to 37,000 with a buffet of 1.3 on the buffet, I think. At this speed, at this weight, we can definitely go up to 370. No, we won't. Its optimum is actually 350. So if we climbed up to 3 or 3.4, we can go 3.6 and then hold. We should be okay. That the optimum will catch us up here, and that's going to be good for us. Let's go and check out really quick what it looks like on the step climb. So if we come down here and click cruise, you can see this 340, and it says, you can see next to it, it says step to 360. If we did the step, we'd have 12 or 2.5% savings with 12,000 pounds with the step. And I do need to check our first waypoint, and that's coming up here.
Delta 1462 at Buffalo. We're ready for taxi onto Alpha.
So what we'll do is kind of hold on this for a minute before you do anything.
Alpha, cross runway 32 on Alpha.
That's what the winds at now. So I'm going to check what the winds are at 360. And it was forecasted to be like that at 360. We originally had that.
Descend and maintain 3,000.
Brickyard 4718, descend and maintain 3,000.
Is the MD-90 the long version of the MD? Yes. The MD-90 basically is an MD-80 but re-engined. That's really what the MD-90 was. It's just a re-engined MD-80. Big old fan on that thing, though. I think they have the V2500s. They're beautiful. I wish Leonardo would make an MD-90. It'd be awesome. There's, basically you're saving a crap load of money on fuel.
Cleveland Center, we're back.
All right, Woozy is.
Looking taxi with Quebec.
Yeah, I'm calling my ISP.
Company 320 ahead of you, runway 23, taxi via Alpha, cross 321 Alpha.
I should not see anything.
Taxi via Alpha across.
Woozy, where are you?
Alpha.
All right.
Or
shoot.
Delta 2909.
Well, I guess
okay, here we go.
320 just ripped away. Delta 1462, you ready to go at the end?
Ready to go for Delta 1462.
Delta 1462, fly runway heading runway 23, clear for takeoff. Winds at Buffalo 21013, gusting 26.
Runway heading.
All right.
Clip takeoff.
So I'm highlighting it. We're going to go up to 360. So these are the winds.
Or good evening, I should say. Delta 8841.
280.83 at Woozy versus. Now this is forecast.
8841 Cleveland Center, squawk 2547.
280 at 87. So we got 83. It's supposed to be less severe up higher. So the step climb will be actually a good thing. So I could turn off. I'm going to turn off my engine anti-ice. I'm going to go ahead and ask for one right now. He's probably going to hand us off, but we'll try it anyway. Cleveland Center, Riptide 5803.
Riptide 5803, go.
Can we get a 360 on the cruise?
Riptide 5803, no problem. Climb maintain follow 380. Correction 3.
All right, climb maintain 360. Riptide 5803. All right, so we are definitely going to climb. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 360 now. Enter. And then execute. And then what I'm going to do is come over here, change our altitude to 360. Arm it. Let it go on a VNAV. Let's go. A VNAV climb. Here comes the power. Power's coming in. We'll start our climb up. And then I'm going to turn off the engine anti-ice. Looks like we're going to kind of be over this crap here in a minute.
8841 radar contact 32
There's the
miles to
climb.
north of Dunkirk. You can proceed direct Phillipsburg. Papa Sierra Bravo.
Gary, what's going on? Welcome aboard. Thanks for the 2 stripes. Gary's got a 2-striper now. That's great.
Proceed direct, Papa
Love it.
Sierra Bravo, and we'll climb and maintain flight level 310.
Those
for
are
the final,
epaulets, by the way.
Delta 8841.
Good stuff. All right, we're climbing up to 360 on the step climb. I am going to turn off the engine anti-ice here shortly.
Clear visual approach on 923, Brigadier.
Looks like we're kind of getting out of this crap, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off.
1462, who just departed Buffalo, squawk mode C, please.
Bink, bink. That's going to help us reduce the fuel burn, because we're burning a crap load of fuel when we're doing this. 35 for 36, 36,000 coming in. This airplane, you have to actually check the charts to make sure your weight is in compliance with your altitude. Can the weight of the aircraft sustain lift at this height? Remember, this airplane can only go up to 370.
Speed of sound.
What?
Delta 1460,
Did you hear that?
still not getting a mode C from you. Try forcing it in the pilot client if you can. Make sure the altitude reporting switch is also on your transponder. That's a weird thing on the 320s especially.
I gotta throw these on my eyes.
Alright, try that again for Delta 1460.
Try the altitude.
Gary, hopefully you're
switch,
well.
Make sure that's on, and or.
All right, look at that now. Look at that, 30,000. Look at our winds. What's our winds doing? Our winds are now 86.
They now have your radar contacts their altitude.
We're approaching an hour.
For Delta 1462.
When we get white, our next
altitude was 10,000, but
our next waypoint is Nosik. That's kind of far away. It's about 160 miles. That's a really good waypoint. I don't know if you folks remember when we flew out to Seattle. Nosik was our first waypoint that we had when we did our burn check. So we're going to do a burn check at Nosik, and we're going to make sure. Why? No, we don't want to do that. So give me a second here, folks. We want to go 0.77, not 0.76.
2909, fly runway heading runway 23, clear for takeoff. Buffalo wind 21013, gusting 26.
Runway heading clear for takeoff. Runway.
Why is it doing that? It's so weird. Hang on just a minute. I don't like that.
Delta 2219, contact Boston 123.75.
Gary says, I've been on holiday, back work on Monday, so very relaxed. Good. Ryan says, enjoying the stream here. Last week flying the 2-day trip, pushing for the captain status was fun and exhausting. It is exhausting. This week was easier doing the last leg of my other VA. Nice. Yeah, it's exhausting. I got a couple of tricks. I wouldn't say tricks, but a couple of special things going on. And I'm going to make sure this is okay, folks. I'm looking at this. And I'm saying, no, I want to be at 0.77. There we go. You know, we were holding 0.76, and I'm going, no. We should have 0.77. So look at the radar. Remember that radar? Now, in real life, we wouldn't see that because we pan the radar down. We'd paint and then up. And pretty much at this altitude, I painted up just a little bit, a couple degrees up, just to make sure that the weather is not above our altitude. But you can see right now the radar, it doesn't do tilt function, unfortunately. So we're kind of stuck looking at 2D clouds, essentially, what that is.
270, we can make our 260 final.
Delta 2909, actually, never mind, you're going somewhere else. Delta 2909, climb, maintain level 260, proceed direct Donio.
Okay, I'm expecting a handoff. We're out of his airspace.
I don't know why. I thought you were both headed for Washington.
We're with Toronto Center, folks.
Yeah, and everyone wants to go to Washington. And Ripyard 5803, Toronto, no longer online. Frequency change approved. Smooth ride to Mini.
All right. Hey, thanks. We'll see you. Have a good one. Riptide 5803. All right, we're going to go 122.8. All right, we're going to get off the frequencies here. 122.8, we're kind of on the dark side here, just for a minute. If I can get there, it'd be excellent. All right, 122.8 on the frequency, on the guard frequency of 121.5. We've got that. Good to go. Let's go ahead and plug in our next VOR. And it's probably going to be somewhere over, we're kind of getting close to Michigan area. So we're just around Toronto, Niagara Falls. We just passed essentially Buffalo. Toronto's to the north. 112.5. London VOR's to the south. 117.2. Let's go into tune London. 117.2. And that should put you 77 miles to London VOR. And then Toronto 112.15. We'll do that on Cliffside here. 112.15, and that's going to be on Cliffside. I'll give you an update here as we get a little closer. So you can see on our RMI, we have one VOR that way, one VOR that way. We're in the middle. 75 miles to London VOR, 31 miles to Toronto. So if something happened now, I know Toronto's to the north at 31 nautical miles away. I know London is just to basically on a 270 degree heading somewhere around there to London VOR. So that's what's really good about cross-triangulating your waypoints, even though, with modern technology, I'm looking at our nav charts here. It's you can't get lost. Like, this is insane. Like, that's where we are, right? So I'll turn this off. But you can see what I was talking about. We're splitting the VORs. There's London and there's Toronto. So we're kind of splitting those VORs. Waterloo right in between here. And then we're going to get up and through Michigan area. And then Traverse City's right here. So NOSIC will be our burn check. And that's going to be Minneapolis Center. And then we'll do a burn check here, check our fuel burn, how we're doing. Kind of take another look at the weather forecast. It's supposed to be beautiful there in Minneapolis. So not expecting anything crazy. That will do it. The Ranger game yesterday. Let's talk a little bit about the Rangers and hockey, because that's who we're transporting. I thought they did. It was when you play Carolina like that, Carolina is known to have a grind kind of mentality. They just grind it to the ground with slow play. They don't, and then they pick it up on in the neutral zone. So they like to slow the game down, and then they'll speed it up. They'll use their speed through the neutral zone and try to connect and go on the rush. But the Rangers, I mean, it was kind of back and forth. First period, Rangers came out with some good pep. Second period, they didn't have that pep. They kind of sat back a little bit and and then Carolina beat them up a little bit on that. It was a 2-1 game. That's how close, and it's all defense. When you're down, but the only problem is we lost two of our players. We lost Philip Hedel, he's pretty darn good center for us, and then we lost our best defenseman, Adam Fox. I don't know how long we've lost them for. I don't think they're going to make this trip to Minneapolis. I'm sure they're going to sit out this game. Adam's probably back in New York. I don't even think he jumped on the flight.
Toronto traffic, American 1719, departing runway 23, Toronto.
Hey, Jason, you're going to be doing a new HGSI tutorial soon. HGS tutorial. Are you talking about heads-up guidance? With the 737? Are you talking about that, Ryan? Check your Discord when you have a chance. All right, Sean, thanks, man. I'll check it right now. How's that? Let's take a look at what Discord has to say. All right. Got so many things open here, Sean. All right, where's this thing? My tablet is being a little stupid right now. Just give me a second. There we go. We've got it. Okay, I'm going to upload this. Love it. Okay, folks, are you hungry? So I'm going to call back there to the flight attendants and get a menu. We're going to get a menu handed to us. I'm going to throw this in November. Movember, right? Who's growing a mustache? Any of you growing a mustache? I can't do that. It's just too itchy. I can't do it. It's a good lip sweater though. If you like lip sweaters, that's there it is. Okay, let me pull this up. We got a menu from the flight attendants here. So what do we got? We've got our menu Friday, November 3rd. Pre-departure, we mini cheeseburger and chicken sliders. Ooh, that's good. I don't even know how do you say that. How do you pronounce that? Charcuterie tray? I don't even know what that is. That's how good I am. I have no idea what that is. Fruit tray. We have veggie chips or veggie cups. That's cool. Entrees. We got hot roast beef, mashed potatoes, and steamed vegetables. Ooh, that looks good. Garden salad with ranch or vinaigrette dressing. And then we have, wait a minute, I skipped. Bread selections. We have fresh fruit cup as well. That's cool. That's the entrees. Spaghetti with meatballs, steamed vegetables, garden salad with ranch or vinaigrette. Bread selections, fresh fruit cup. Grilled chicken salad. Ooh, that looks good. I like this. That looks good too, right there. Grilled chicken, hard-boiled egg, avocado, onions, cucumber, green pepper. Oh, yeah, bring that on. Bring that on. Spaghetti and meatballs, I'd get it all over my shirt. I love it, but I'd get it all over my shirt. It'd be like nothing but red, and I'd be stuck. It wouldn't be good. Yeah, the HUD. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll get you one, man. We'll do one for you. We'll do some HUD training in one of our tutorial videos. That'd be fun to do, right? Especially when did you hit the captain yet? Pop said, I thought the game was good down to the last period with just a few minutes to play, and they scored. Yeah, I mean, fortuitous that they put one in. It could have been anybody's game, honestly. They both played a great game, great defense on both sides. But again, it kind of went back and forth. So, yeah, I'm having the grilled chicken, hard-boiled eggs, avocado, onions, cucumbers, and green peppers, please. That's what I'm going to have. And I'll take assorted kind protein and Cliff Bars. Yeah, I'll take one of those. Let's get a Cliff Bar up here for Mr. Cliff. What do we got to drink? Bubbly sparkling water. I would take that as well. Let's take a bubbly. So there's our menu. Isn't that fun? Sean does such a good job with this, guys. He's our charter manager, and he just does phenomenal. He hooks us up. Us pilots, we got it made. But like I was saying a couple things. I kind of lost my track here. We got 450 pounds, but we've got a couple things coming. So first of all, Friday coming up, this Friday, you're going to see multiple turns. We're going to do a multiple turn day. I'm not flying a charter, so I'm actually coming back from Minneapolis. I don't think we have another flight plan, do we? I don't think we do for the rest of the week. So for the rest of the week, I'm deadheading to Miami. We're going to pick up a 737-600, and we're going to do a flight with the 600. And I think we're going to go down to the Caribbean, folks. We're going to try to showcase the coastal route for you, and we're going to do it. Friday won't be all day, but it's going to be most part of the day. I think we're going to start. I've got crap to do all the way up to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we could take it off in the afternoon, probably 1 or 2 o'clock on Veterans Day. And then we're going to fly straight through, full schedule, straight till at night, so we're going to try to pull, a 3-4 leg turn. I'm trying to look for maybe a 2-day, because in December, we're doing a couple things in December, okay? We're doing a full 4-day Caribbean schedule. I mean, full 4 days, right? So it's going to be 6 a.m. all day until we're done with the schedule. And then the next day is going to be the repeat, rinse, repeat, all day for 4 days, okay? It's going to be, I'm showing you what an airline pilot goes through on a 4-day schedule. You'll see it. And then the day after Christmas, we are going to be flying a 737 ETOPS 800 to the island of Hawaii. So Coastal Airways is going to start flying to Hawaii, folks. We've got the airplane in the paint shop right now. I'm going to showcase a new paint job for everyone. We're going to talk about ETOPS. It's a proving flight. It will be with passengers, but that's going to be our proving flight. You do not want to miss that, because that's going to be a 2-day event. We're going to fly to the island. One day, it's a 6-hour trip. The next day, we're going to fly it home. So we're not going to have much time on the ground, but it'll be a really fun couple of weeks coming up. So Friday we're gonna have a full, maybe a 2-day schedule for you. I don't know what it looked like, but we'll see. I don't know if we can get a 600 on a day trip. I'm gonna try to do a 600 day trip because I only have one day to really do that with. And I'm telling you right now, I've got a call. I am so... Anyway. So that's kind of where we're at with this thing. Hopefully you guys like that. I mean, a couple of you said, yeah, I want to see that. So let's do that. The HUD videos are always good ones. Yeah, and we'll talk about how, yeah, you got the captain status. Well, congratulations, Ryan. That's awesome. I'm glad you pushed through. Ryan, I give Ryan a round of applause. That's awesome. Ryan sat on the FO side for what? Probably close to a year or more. And he just did all of his flights from the right side. So how cool is that? And that's what we do at Coastal. Same thing. You're going to be sitting right seat pretty much the entire time until you upgrade to captain. You got to go through upgrade training. It's not just handed to you. You have to actually go through an upgrade training. You got to send your videos in, the whole 9 yards. And same with CQ. CQ is the same way. Why is this doing this? Are you guys getting lag on your side? Because all I see is red on this, and I'm not liking it. You know, it shouldn't do that. And every time I'm like, oh, I got to call my ISP provider. I'm going to call them again and say, what is going on? Come out here. Something's going on with this line. I should not be seeing this. Do something. 2 years right seat. Yeah, man, that is excellent. All right, we've got a master caution. I think it's associated. Probably going to be a center tank. And it says the center fuel pressure is low. So we're going to go over here, throw this to off. And that's to off. And lights are out. Okay, no 6 approaching. We've got boop, 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 boop. Beautiful, smooth air, folks. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous out here today. Not bad. We're kind of above all that crap that we were talking about. That weather is just kind of below us now. Got out of that junk. Beautiful, smooth day to fly here. Yeah, Gary says, that's an effort, Ryan. Well done. You're not kidding. Once I got it, I sat left seat, and then I went to Denver. I switched out my stripes for captain ones. That's fun. That's good time. That's good time, man. I love it. That's great. Good for you. Good for you. You push that, what is that captain to get the captain status for Southwest? What is that, 200 or more? I forgot what it was. Hey, Jay, what's going on, man? He says, what's up, brother? Did you have a good week? I sure did. What about you? Did you have a good week? I hope you did. Not here. What does that mean? So, yeah, I held off on learning the HUD till I upgraded. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a HUD video, kind of like the last channel I did. I can do some HUD stuff, HUD work. We can get that going. Okay, I've got no sick coming up here. 54 miles. ETA is 1942. Right now it's 1933. So just looking at about 10 minutes before we get to no sick. And then we'll do a burn check. Make sure we're burning all right. It's 200 hours. Good deal. Oh, you know what that means, Ryan? You know what the big 2-0 means, buddy? Get your application in. Come on. We would love to have you at Coastal. 114.6. You want to have fun. There you go. You'll be training. 114. It's not for everybody. 114.6. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not doing the right thing. That's what I'm not doing. All right, 114.6. It's going to be a different VOR. My dog is barking, and I don't know why. I have to call my children to let the dog out because the dog is barking. I don't know why the dog is barking. So I have to call the kids and say, get down here, get the dogs. Hang on just a minute. Hang on. I'm working on it. Hey, can you let Patches outside? Thank you. She's barking like crazy. But she's barking. All right. Oh, the bubbly. That's what I wanted. Well, when I get FS 2024. That's right. That's right. We've got to get that. All right. I just put a new VOR in Traverse City 114.6. So we've just tuned that video VOR. You can see there 72 miles to Traverse City. No 6 coming up. We'll do a burn check. I'll show you the paperwork. Maybe I consider it. Yeah, I don't want to load you up, man. Like, you would be busy. You got 3 VAs you'd fly for. It's crazy. Pop says Jay for Fox has been put on long term. No. No. Now I got to check this out. Long term? No, he can't go on long term IR. No, 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 no. Guys, no. No. That's not going to be good. Oh, man, dude. Aho should have got creamed yesterday. What a crappy hit. It was a knee-on-knee hit. And he was looking right at him. That is not going to work. Latest. Let's take a look. I don't see that. Articles. Let me look here. Where'd you find this? Is this like on... Why am I not seeing it? Of course I'm not seeing it. They're not going to tell me. No. All right. I've got to look at another... Dude, Fox is the best defenseman we have. You can't... And that would be really bad because he does everything. No, no, no. No. Say it isn't so, please. I'm looking right now for news. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. It's IR. Not good, folks. Here we go. Adam Fox and Heedle. Big early test for Rangers depth. Oh, no. Oh. Let's see. I'm trying to think what he's got here. I'm sorry. I was talking to Pops earlier about this. We would have... If... We should have had a goon, and all I would have said is that guy, Sebastian Aho, every time he's on the ice, he eats ice. I don't care what he's doing. He touches the puck, he gets leveled every time. I want him out. That's what you would do. That's what I would do. I say your job is to take him out. Not like injure him, but your job is to make him feel it. Hit him, hit him, hit him. It's a grind. Every shift, I would have had that guy eating ice. Every shift. He'd have been all over him. That was a really bad hit. That's old school hockey, but that's kind of what I like. So let's see here. How long are we looking at? What do we got here? What are we talking about injuries? Oh, man. Yeah, I'm really not happy about this. Oh. He's definitely not on this trip. What is going on? Does they say what's going on with him? Oh, boy. Yeah, I just would have beat the crap out of this guy. I'm sorry, I would have just beat him up. I don't care if he didn't want to fight. I would kill him. He places... Okay, so Rangers plays Adam Fox, long-term injured reserve. You have got to be kidding me. What are we looking at, though? What's... Christopher says, you at your... Brother, former NHL play, kept in the neck and lost his life in England. I saw that, which is really sad. I mean, that's not what you do, though, right? That's not what I'm talking about. Old school hockey is like you check them. I mean legal. I don't mean illegal. I don't mean any like head, clothesline the guy. I mean you check him. You make sure that he pays for what he did, knee on knee, every shift. And that's hockey. The thing that happened over in England is that I didn't see it. I was talking to Pops about it, and there's some, I don't know if it's intentional or not. I have no idea. I don't know anything about it, but I didn't see it. But you don't lift to skate up and like you're gonna fall over somebody. That's different. You're falling. There's nothing you could do. But you never leave the ice when you hit someone, right? You just don't. You don't need to lift up your feet. You keep your feet on the ice. Your skates should be on the ice all the time. Do we have? No. What happened? What do you mean, Ryan? You need MSF. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's a sad deal, by the way. That was a bad deal. ESPN, what did they say? Did they give you like a time or no? I think that's what you were saying, Pops. No, right? I'm looking right now. That is not going to work. We got no sick coming up. Yeah, but that's a real shame that happened. That's terrible. Come on. Could somebody find what the heck, how long term are we talking about? What are we talking about here? This is terrible. All right, I've got to go do a burn check while you guys look that up. That's not going to be good. I mean, I know one player is not going to give you, it's not just one player that does it all. I understand, but he does a ton for the Rangers, right? He does everything. Everything. It's a bummer. Real big bummer. Okay, no sick coming in. Looking at fuel right now, we have 17.7. So let's take a look at what we have on the aircraft right now. We have 17.7 on the fuel. So we're going to write that right there. 17.7 on the gas. We're coming across no sick at 1 nautical mile at 19:42 on the clock. So I'm going to go ahead and put that 19:42 down right there. And we're going to mark it. Ready? Mark now. So we've just passed it. And we marked it. We've got how many more minutes till we get to Traverse City? And that's going to be right around 25 minutes. Okay, so that should put us over at Traverse City at about 2008 Zulu. So we're estimated 2008 Z. Wind right now is I want to say 270, maybe 280 at 86. So we're going to go 280 at 86, less than forecasted, okay, which is good. We like to see that. I'll put this down to 2. It's a little too thick for me. There we go. So 280 at 86, there we go. All right, everything's looking good. We should, folks, give you an idea, we should have an hour and 27 minutes to go, okay? 1 hour and 27 minutes to go on this flight. So we're burning about a little more than 1,000 pounds than forecast, which is good. That's what we want to see. Good stuff. Burn check is good. We are now in Minneapolis's airspace, and I do not see them online as of this time. Now, they might be on center. My thing just keeps ducking out here. No, they're not. They're not online just yet, so well, they might come on a little later. We'll see. All right, what we got here? Ryan says, I may grab it quickly. Depends on the 757 release and quality. But it would be quite a buy. My goal is just to go all in on 2024. That's a good goal. No official word on how long Fox is going to be out. He was evaluated today. What did they say he had? Was it a tear? Was it? I mean, what's going on? It's obviously a knee issue. And what about Heedle? Man, that's just crummy craps is what that is. Man. Wait till we play them again. Shesterkin is hurt too, and he won't be going to Minnesota. So now there's three. Three of our players out. Shesterkin, he played the rest of the game. I think what happened was it's a bruised knee, because I saw the replay. This guy's knee and the guy's stick went inside his pad. And he didn't mean to do it, but you could see it was like jammed inside of his pad. That probably banged him up a little bit. So it's good to give him a day off on this one anyway. I would have said, all right, take the day off on this, and we'll probably have Jonathan Quick starting net. Probably take two call up from Hartford. A couple guys, somebody on defense that we have, and we'll see how the depth is. The depth's going to be tested. That's for sure. Yeah, he has an upper body. I just don't know what his evaluation was as well. Let me see. Gosh, dude. When it rains, it pours, man. You got to stay healthy. It's hard to stay healthy. We've been really fortunate these last couple of goes that we really haven't had many injuries like this, so who are they taking tomorrow? Let's see, we got a player matchup coming in. Forwards. All right, so they didn't update a thing because they still have Fox as as playing, and that's just not the case. That's team leaders, but I don't think they've announced their roster yet. Boy, that's a bummer, folks. Man, that's not good. Well, I mean, look, let's get it over with. Let's get the injuries over early, and then we'll test the depth on the team and see if we can get good depth going here. I don't know what that looks like, but we'll see. All right, what do we got? We got 468 miles to Minneapolis. We're almost getting close. A little more than a half done, and we've got man, these day to day. Yeah, and I would do the same thing after he fell. After he got that stick in his knee, I'd say, all right, let's give you a day off. I wouldn't even send him. I'd throw him on backup actually, in case if you needed him. But let Foxy sit out. I don't know how long it's going to be. You don't want to rush him back in the game. You want to make sure he's fully healed. Like last year, I know with Lindgren got hurt, and they put him out too dang early, and he got hurt again. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure your folks heal up and heal up fully before you put him back on the ice. So kind of bummer though, huh? We'll see how the depth is. All right, whatever. Yeah, this sucks. All right, here we go. From ESPN, New York Rangers placed defenseman Adam Fox lower body injury, long-term IR, and Philip Hedl upper body injury on standard injured reserve Friday. So long-term IR is not good. That means we've got a tear. That means we've got a tear in the knee. He's probably going to have to get it repaired or something like that. It's not good. Long-term IR is not a good thing. That's surgery, folks. That's not good. That's me speculating, but they do that to try to release some cap space. They throw him on a long-term IR, maybe get some cap relief to make some. Yeah, here we go, right there. Rangers recalled defenseman Connor McKay and goaltender Louis Domingue. So Shesterkin's not making it on this, like you said. He's sitting. Domingue is set to back up Jonathan Quick for the Rangers game Saturday night at Minnesota. As a team told local reporters that number one goalie Igor Shesterkin is banged up. I knew it was banged up after that stick. Shesterkin is considered day-to-day with undisclosed. It's probably a bruised knee. As a result of being on the long-term IR, Fox must miss a minimum of 10 games or 24 days. Ouch. I hope it's that quick. I hope it's not surgery, because that'll be almost season-ending, right? The former Norris Trophy winner for Best Defenseman in the NHL has 3 goals, 8 assists through 10 games. Unbelievable. It says Fox collided with the Hurricane Sebastian Aho and hobbled to the bench. He missed the remainder of the game. Hedl exited with about 6.5 minutes left in the second period. He has 6 assists through 10 games at the start of the season. Shesterkin, our goaltender, 6-2-0 through 8 starts. He has 2.36 goals against average and a 0.913 save percentage. Rangers also announced that forward Goodrow will miss Saturday's game to attend the birth of his son. Okay, so Goody's out. Yeah, of course he's got to be there for that. You don't want to miss that. The Rangers are 8-2-0 through the first 10 games, just the second time in franchise history. They won at least 8 of their first 10. We'll see how this goes. So, bummer. That's a bummer. We'll see, though. Hopefully it's a quick one, and I'm hopeful that he can be back in 10 games. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Do I remember the Hartford Whalers? Absolutely, I remember the Hartford Whalers. You know, that's one of the logos I loved, is the Hartford Whalers logo. It was pretty cool. They bring up a goalie from Hartford. Yeah, they'll bring it up. They brought up Louis Domingue, which is he's good. Remember the Hartford Whalers? I do. I love their logo. They still sell that hat. Like if you looked at it, they still sell that green hat with the. I remember playing them. Gosh, in the 80s, 90s. They went. When did they go to Carolina? They went Carolina late 90s, 2000 area, I think, because they are Carolina. That's the Carolina Hurricanes. Used to be the Hartford Whalers. I don't know why they removed them. I don't think they could keep a good. Because you had. I mean, think about it. The Northeast, you had the Islanders, the Rangers, Boston. Right, you had 3 teams. Jersey, that's 4, and then add the Hartford Wolfpack, that's 5. And the Buffalo's a little too north, but I mean, you have 5 teams in the span of like an hour drive with each other. That's pretty crazy. That's half the starts. Yeah, the starters. Yeah, it's not. Well, it's not good. You know, it shouldn't be. I don't expect much of this game. We'll see what happens. But Goody's out. He plays on the 4th line. He's but a solid player. Really, really solid defenseman. I mean, forward. He's a center, I think. Goody's really good. He's just always he's defensive minded, right? So he's always trying to check back on the defense. Very good that way. But yeah, it's going to be a test. The Rangers are going to have a test in front of them tomorrow. That's for sure. 97 they moved. I remember that. Okay. Man, I'll tell you right now. Oh, we got 3 people. So Goody didn't make the trip. He'll be off. Man, that's terrible. We got a goaltender. He'll be back. So Shesterkin will be up and ready to go here in a couple days. I think the Rangers schedule, they got tomorrow they play, which is interesting. They're flying today because usually you want a day in between of travel. It's basically a travel day or a practice day. And the Rangers played last night. They didn't want to fly to Minnesota last night, which was smart because I wouldn't want it either. So you fly to Minnesota. We play 1 game away. I know this is stupid at Minnesota. And then we turn around tomorrow night and fly them back home. And then they're home. They're playing for the next. Gosh, let's see. What do we got here? I don't know. I can't find it. I have to look at their schedule. But they play again for the next, let me look at their schedule. Let's see. The Texas Rangers, by the way, what a win that was, huh? That was pretty much a sweep. Looking for the schedule. Where are you? Okay, there we go. I should just have this on my phone, really. Okay, we've got schedule coming up. All right, we've got that. We've got Minnesota tomorrow. Then they fly back home tomorrow night. Then they they play Detroit at home on Tuesday. So think of that. If you were Barkley Goodrow, your kid's born, you don't have a lot of time to get back to play. You know, I mean, you got a couple of days, 3-4 days, and then you're, see ya, I got to go. You know, that's terrible. Unless he misses that Detroit game, which he might. But so we got Detroit, Minnesota again on Thursday. Then Sunday, they have Columbus. Man. Saturday, they play the Devils. Monday, they go to Dallas. So looks like we're going to be flying to Dallas probably after that Jersey game, yeah? So Saturday, it looks like we're going to be flying from either Newark. We'll probably go from Newark over to Dallas. That's a nice long trip. Probably about a 3.5 hour flight over to Dallas. AJ says, I didn't realize that was where they were called, and they're in Atlanta. Hartford was originally from Atlanta. So they go from Atlanta, go up to Hartford, and they go back to Carolina. Interesting. That's late 90s, 98 maybe? Yeah, I was still in the 5th grade. Okay. My teacher's husband was the director of hockey operations of the Hurricanes. There you go. That's cool. So AJ, is that your team? Are you a Hurricane? Is that kind of your home team? I didn't realize that what they were calling Atlanta. I agreed their logo was cool. Their logo was awesome. It's got the whale tail, that green whale tail is pretty cool. Not too bad. All right, folks, I'm going to take a look at the descent paperwork here just because we're going to be kind of getting close. So we kind of got to, let's get our wits about us. We'll start looking at top of descent stuff. Star. We are flying the Muscle 3. Okay, so Muscle 3, and let's take a look at our weather. How's that? So if somebody wants to put the weather in the chat for me, let's take a look at what we've got. We've got a couple more minutes to Traverse City, and then we'll just write down our time on board. It looks like 16.3 on the fuel, so we're doing pretty good here weather-wise. ATIS, we've got 1006. I'm going to write this down now. Oh, shoot. I don't want that. I yanked my my charger out here. Boy, that's a bomber, guys. That's a bomber. All right. I'm bummed about that. Okay, 010. What do we got here? 0106. Okay, 010 at 06. I realize it's going to change in 30 minutes. 10 statute miles. I'm just going to write this down now and start planning. It looks like we've got about 398 miles. 04 over 01. And the cloud cover is pushing a few clouds at 25,000 feet. Just beautiful there, folks. You couldn't beat this. Going to be a beautiful day for us to get in there. It looks like altimeter is pushing 3014. We are what? We are arriving 30 left and departing 30 left or 30 right. Arriving 30 left or 30 right. I don't know. Whatever one we want, apparently. This is not going to work for us. We're going to have to pick a different arrival. And that's why we do this, because the arrival is not for this runway. Yes, it is. It's just weird. I was like, wait a minute, that ain't... No, I just looked right now. We're going to go to Wolves, and then from there, it looks like... Folks, do you want to have a good... If you want to see a good taxi, we might want to take the other runway. Let's see what we've got. Let's go ahead and take a look at our airport chart. And I'm going to show you... I'm going to pull it up here so we can look at it together. I'm looking at it on my iPad, but let's look at it here together. Yes, screw up liking Gretzky. Cheered for the Canes because I'm from North Carolina. This is the first year I've been into this hockey. Okay. Thanks to you and a couple of coworkers. Well, I'm sorry. Totally sorry. All right, looks like we're to probably land 30 right. We'll land 30 right. It's a shorter runway. Usually land us there, and they take them off on this one. So we'll land 30 right. Give you a good taxi. At least we can see a nice taxi around here. Let's plan on landing 30 right. We'll kind of get off on Papa 8 here, go right to Delta, right through this alley, and then right into here. Once we get through, like I said, we get into the alley right in there. Fox 9 is the gate. And I'll show you a little bit around. We'll do a tour around this airport so I could show you what it's looking like. Let's talk about approaches for 30 right. Let's see what we've got. We've got an ILS. All right. Is there an RNP or RNAV that's going to help us? All right. It looks like no. All right. If he were coming over here, that would help us. But we're coming in from the northeast, if you will. So it's going to dump us off at Crawlox or something like that. And I don't even see it here. I don't even see it. So what about Tartle? Is there a Tartle? There's Tartle right there. Tartle right down there to Soggy. We can go to Sam, then straight in. We could do this. We could fly the RMP 30 right. I didn't see anything on anything else. We'll back up the ILS. We'll just have the ILS for backup, and that's no problem. But let's plan this. This way it kind of gives us a little bit of vectoring around. I'm kidding. Totally enjoying it. Excited to see the depth of your Rangers during these injuries. Yeah, we'll see. Joe, what's going on? Welcome aboard. How are you? Hartford Whalers were from Boston in the World Hockey League. See, the Pops goes way back. He knows what's up. That's a long way away. Pops, that's a long way away. Who? What hockey league? That's awesome. So they weren't... Well, the Bruins is original 6. That's interesting. All right, well, I hit this at Tartle. We'll come down to Soggy, go to Sam's, and then we'll just go visual straight in. Again, we'll back up the ILS. So we'll plan on that. We'll plan on just plugging in the ILS just to have it for the backup. I didn't see any NOTAMs that says it was out. So what we could do is click information here, click NOTAMs, and then we could see what do we got today. 8 departure, no 1 departure, de-icing pad, not applicable. 422 is closed, which we knew. Gate 17 not standard for markings, that is. 1735 left closed to 4-engine aircraft, doesn't apply to us. And the rest is all junk. ILS 12 right, amended. Okay, so 12 right, 30 left, safety are not standard. Yeah, we're good. All right, is that a good plan? You guys like that? I give you a little bit of show here when we land. You can see the real nice airport, and then when we're done, we shut down. We turn the APU off. I'll take you around the airport. Let's take a good tour of it so you can see, do I want to buy this or not? How's that? Does that work for you? I think it should. I hope so. All right, let's go ahead and plan some performance status stuff. Let's get that going. Been a smooth day here, folks. No turbulence really to speak of. Gavin Gaming, are you a Rangers fan? Yes, sir. So take a look at this jet right here. We've got the New York Rangers here. We actually travel with them. We are doing their whole season, and the Panthers. So Coastal Airways, we do the Panthers and the Rangers. We're based out of Miami. It's only fitting that they're our home team is the Panthers, but we do Rangers now as well. And we also do MLS. We do Orlando and Miami. So at least for the MD-80s. We have an airline as well we run. But yeah. Gavin, do you like hockey? Gavin said, Gavin's an Islander fan. Well, you're in good company because Pops is an Islander fan as well. It says, how do you download the EFB for the 737-800? Now, Gavin, it will, you're talking about the PMDG, I'm thinking, right? So what you'll do is you'll go to, you should have the Ops Center, the PMDG Ops Center hooked up on your desktop somewhere. Just run it, and it'll just do the updates, and you'll have it there. And then you go probably in the FMC to see if you want the EFB. Probably what I'm thinking. To be honest, I've been flying this dang MD-80 for so long. We're going to get to the 737 on Friday, folks, so that'll be good. All right, Kilo MSP, brand new scenery we're going to see here. Dry, and the Islanders are doing pretty good, right? They're up. They won last night, I think. 010 slant, 6 knots. Outside air temperature is 4 degrees. We're looking at a ref of 5. Runway is going to be 30 right. Flap 1128 today. Let's plan that. So 1128 on the flap. And then, what do we got? Auto brake, it's probably going to be medium. Runway. Are you from the island, Gavin, as well? Yeah, 3-0 against the Caps. That's good. Do I hit check updates? Yeah, I would do that. Hit the check updates and check it out. It'll probably say, hey, do you want to install? And then just say yes. All right, flaps are going to be 1128 on this right here. Now, the 11, by the way, is the go-around. All right, that's a go-around flap setting. If you were wondering why is it split it like that, that's why. All right, looks like we just hit traverse. Time is 24 minutes. I got it. Woo! I just wrote that down, so I have it. Okay, 3014. 30.14. Reversers, yes. Auto brake's manual. Auto brake is going to be medium. Landing weight is probably going to be just a little heavier than we thought. 119, we're probably going to go 118 before we get there, maybe 117. Paperwork is saying 113. We're definitely not going to be that low, but let's say 115. And then click calculate and see what we got. All right. Are you from you said, yeah, you're from the island? Good, man. Are you from Nassau or Suffolk? I can't remember if you said why before, but being from LI, why the Rangers instead of the Islanders? Yeah, that's a good question. AJ, it's a fantastic question. It doesn't work because something before. I looked at the FMC, it didn't show. You did this before. I looked at the FMC. So you did the update? And you're talking about for 2020, right? I just want to make sure you've got the right sim. You're on 2020. You did the update. Landing distance available. We're going to talk about 80. Let's see, this airport is what? I'll get to your question, AJ, in just a minute. You're from Suffolk. Okay. Good stuff. That's my neck of the woods, by the way. That's our neck of the woods. You know, I remember when, was it Wang? He owned the Islanders. We wanted him to build the stadium out by Suffolk to get him more out there. Runway's 8,200 feet, right? And he didn't do it. That would have been awesome if he put it out like, I don't know, Hempstead area or something like that. Well, Hempstead is Nassau. But if we went more east, that would have been cool. Say what you want. All right, say what you want about the Islanders here, but I'll tell you right now. When they came out with the Fish Sticks jersey, okay, when that logo came out, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I was like, I could get on board with this one. I really loved it. Matter of fact, I bought one. I still have one, an authentic fish sticks jersey. I wish they would have kept it. Honestly, it's really, really cool. Or they should have made. They have like a lighthouse with the on the shoulder with the the lighthouse beam. They should have kept that. That should have been their main logo. That would have been really cool. But who are we, right? 30 right? I'm writing this crap down. Our VREF, we're going to be at 134 knots. Standard. Flap 28. 219 on the maneuvering speed. That's going to be our flap up maneuvering speed. You're going to the game tomorrow, dude. You lucky dude. Awesome. Who are they playing tomorrow? Pops is a big Islander fan as well, so you're in good company. Like I said, you got good company here. I don't hate them like I used to. In the 90s, I hated them. Late 90s, I couldn't stand the Islanders. Well, not late 90s, early 90s, I couldn't stand them. Every time we played the flipping Islanders, it was always the same thing. 1940, that's all we heard as Ranger fans. It sucked. That's why I hate it. We don't hear that anymore, so there's not that much. There's still a rivalry going on, but it's not as bad as that was. All right, so 30 right. Let's program that on the FMC. We're going to go click arrivals and departures. We're going to go, hey, I want to do the RMP approach, and it's going to be the RMP 30 something. So I'm just waiting for that. Just a minute here. RMP 30 right. It's going to be the RMP Yankee backed up with the ILS. So RMP Yankee 30 right. That's what we're going to do. RMP Yankee 30 right there. And we are going to have the Trell, what is that? The Turtel transition. All right, let's go ahead and just click that, boop, and then we're going to go boop this right there. And then let's go ahead and go through our legs page, and we will verify all of that. What's up, John? How are you? I love the fish sticks jersey. I had to look them up. Yeah, I love it. I love that dang logo. I was like, yes, finally. Finally. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for the sub. That was awesome.
Sync rate.
It scared the crap out of me. Every time that stinking thing goes on, I'm like, holy, what the heck's going on? I appreciate the sub. That was awesome. Thank you. I couldn't get your name. It flashed up too fast, but thanks for the subscription. Gavin says, I got the plane from the store inside Microsoft. Okay. Pop said they were sued by the fish company. They were sued by Gordon Fish Sticks? Really? I mean, okay. I get it. It's close. I understand. But they could have done something else. They could have done, like, again, that lighthouse logo on their shoulder would have been awesome. As it should still be. But then they take the stadium from Nassau and move it closer to the Manhattan. They put it right to Brooklyn. Come on. You ask, okay, this is the problem I have with this whole thing with the Islanders, okay? Ask anybody from Brooklyn and ask them this. Do you live on Long Island? And every person is going to say no. Every single every person that lives in a borough I'm telling you, I've had this conversation 4 or 5 times with New Yorkers, and I say, I love it because they don't know geography to save their life. So I go, okay, you're from Brooklyn, whatever. Do you live on Long Island? And they say no. And I go, okay, you don't live on Long Island. I don't live on Long Island. I'm not even near it. And I go, okay, when you go to Manhattan, do you cross water? Well, yeah, I go in the tunnel, or I go over a bridge. Okay, so you live on an island. No. They don't identify Long Island. So that's what I mean. Like, they should have moved the team more east. Move it to where the Islanders really should be, out east. That is my opinion. Now the games are 7:30 because it's far. That's what I'm saying. See, that's another thing that just bugged me. And they did that for money. That's why they did it. They should have moved them out to the East End or somewhere out east, middle of the island. Would have been great. That's what they should have done. Or knocked the Coliseum down and built another one. That's another. That just don't even get me started with the Islanders. I mean, that they go closer to the city because it's money. They're more people. Whatever. Or they share. Didn't they share? It's a beautiful stadium, though, right? Didn't they share it with? I don't think they do. They share that with the basketball. I think they're close to each other. Belmont, or whatever. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let me look here. I want to actually, now I'm going to look on Google Maps. I want to see something. Yeah, I'll do it with you. Anyway, what are we looking at here? I've got to get my head in the game here really quick. Let's just do the descent before I go on my tangent. All right, we've got Sidwa, Shea. I'm looking at my chart when I do this. I'm looking at my FMC. Carmo, German. Okay, German, it says 280220 on the altitude. Then we got 17,000 at Muskell. Then we're going to go to Bakes, 28012, that is correct. Then we got Wolves coming in. No altitude restrictions. Lakeland, I'm going to make that a hard altitude. It says 8,000 above, but I'm going to make that hard. Only because I don't want the airplane doing its stupid, oh, let's just go all over the place. No, I want that hard altitude at 8,000 feet there. Then we've got Crocs at 7,000, or Croix. I'm going to call it Crocs because I want to, at 7,000 feet. And then we got Turtle at 7,210 on the speed. That's what I've got from there. We're going to go ahead to Soggy. Boop, 30 right. We're going to go hit Soggy. And then from Soggy, straight up, we've got looks like two and three, max 210 knots. And then RNAV, 1 GPS is required. We have 2 on this aircraft. Over to Sam's, bink, and then we're in. Minneapolis, 115.3. All right, that's good. When we land, I talked about the landing. We are going to try to land within the first third of the runway. We only have 8,200 feet. We're very light, so we'll stop pretty short here. If we land correctly, we're going to go into taxi. I'd like to get off on Charlie. If we have to, we can cross over and go on Mike. 422 is closed, but we'll be aware of that. We'll go down to Papa, and then I'll give you right into the alley. We'll park it here. And then, once we shut the engines down and get everything done, I'll take you around the airport. We'll fly the drone around and just check a look at this entire, because this is brand new scenery. So let's take a look at that. All righty then. Any questions that you may have? Some threats. If there's a threat, I haven't been to this airport in ages. That's one threat. Barclays Center, that's all right. UBS, that's right. The Nets play there. Okay, they did share it with the Nets. I thought so. Again, Brooklyn, what are we doing? Brooklyn Nets play in Barclays Center, whatever. Yeah, that's where the Islanders play. Same thing. Oh, man, I've got to call. Look, I've got to call this. This is not going to work. Every time I look over, it's like red on my ISP. I got to call the ISP. Pop says they should have centralized in Islip. I agree. I agree with that. Definitely should have went there. They share the new stadium. They should have it centralized. Agreed. The Nets and the Islanders both played in the Coliseum. Back in the day, right? But the Nets are... Okay, let's take a look at some geography here. We've got top of descent, folks. Just giving you an idea here. We're looking at top of descent, TOP, at 150 nautical miles away. Just enough time to get this right. I am just going to dial in our VOR. I just want to make sure I can plug in the ILS frequency here. Just to 301 looks like, and a VOR is going to be 110.7. So let's just plug that in there, 110.7 right there, and Sidwa looks like 13.8, and let me just check that burn really quick before I start doing this. 12.2, we're doing good on the burn. We probably have a little more over than 1,000 pounds of fuel, so that's good. We're burning less than forecast, which I like. And now we're going to pull up Google Earth because I want to show you what I'm talking about. And very annoying. I'll pull this up here so you can see. Speaking of iSlip, Fly Too High updated iSlip. I think they did, yes. Gavin says, I'm a Knicks fan. I don't really like basketball. I don't either. First time I went to the Isles game, 1972. I got seats on the boards. $8 a seat? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, man. $8 a seat. That's nuts. Okay. Barclays Center, right? Not Bradley, Barclay. And if there's any New Yorkers who live in Brooklyn area, close to the Barclays Center, let's see where the heck that is. I'm going to pull this up here. UBS Arena, isn't it called? UBS. Let's get rid of that. All right, here we go. It's Elmont, New York. That's where it is. All right. UBS Arena is in Elmont. Okay. Now, close to Queens. Brighton Beach. We got Brooklyn right there. So it's definitely, it's right by JFK, folks. I mean, that's where this thing is. It's by Hempstead, Valley Stream. It's in Nassau, but it's not really, I wouldn't consider this the island. I'm going to show you right now. All right. This is JFK Airport. Okay. Paul says Staten Island here. There you go. We got some New Yorkers in the house. I love it. All right. So the UBS is right here. And by the way, if you're from New York, you're going to have to do this to your friends who live where I'm about to tell you. So UBS is here, not very far away from JFK. Very close. All right. We're talking about Nassau County. Okay, we have Valley Stream right around here to the south. Very, very close to Manhasset. I mean, this is. I wish they would have put it right by the airport. They should have put it right by iSlip. But whatever. That's just me. Like Central iSlip area. Okay. Let's talk about our friends from Brooklyn. This is Brooklyn. Okay, we're right over here. Ask anybody from Brooklyn, do they live on Long Island? And they go, no, absolutely not. No, 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 no. That's what they say, right? So they're adamant that they don't live on Long Island. And then I show them a chart and I show them a map and I go, okay, let's zoom out. There's Manhattan right here. That's Manhattan, right? You actually have to cross a river, which is the East River, to get to the island, the peninsula of Manhattan. It's not an island. It's a peninsula. And then if I keep zooming out, I go, okay, let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. This geography here is Long Island, folks. This whole thing is Long Island. This whole entire thing. They go, no, it's every New Yorker's like, nope, that's a borough. Yeah, on Long Island. No, no, no. They are adamant. Do that. Next time you see somebody from Brooklyn or somebody that lives in Queens, are you from Long Island? They're going to go, no. They can't get it through their head that they live actually on the Long Island. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, this is where the Isles play, right there, UBS Arena. It's a beautiful area, right? It's pretty stadium. I just wish they would have pushed it out east. Nassau Community College is very close. I believe the Coliseum is like right there, isn't it? Is the Coliseum still up? Do we know? Let's try that. Right? It's a collision. I knew it. I knew I was close. Look at that right there. So who plays there now? Gosh, I remember going to the games. Pops, you remember going to the Nassau Coliseum? Tons. Anyway, let me answer the question of top of descent is 113 miles away. Let me answer this question because I think Shelton asked it before. He said, why are you a Ranger fan and I an Islander fan? I'm from Long Island, right? So I'll tell you why. Growing up, the Islanders had a paid subscription for TV. So they wouldn't broadcast their games locally ever. So you had to actually pay for their games, right? Well, I didn't have any money growing up, and the only games that was free, local TV, were MSG. So Madison Square Garden obviously picked up the Rangers, and that's how I became a Ranger fan. I grew up watching the Rangers play in the late 80s and early 90s, and that was it. So I mean, it's interesting. People from west out here where I'm from now, they don't understand like sports, right? They don't get it. They get college football. Okay, great. But they don't understand like growing up where I grew up, or even probably, I'm sure a lot of you can sympathize from this if you're from the Northeast, or if you're from like a major state that has a lot of hockey teams in it, or even a lot of sports. They don't understand like sports rule the world out from where we're from. They just do. So like it wouldn't be a crazy thing if you had people walking around with jerseys on, right? Yeah, it's still up 20 minutes to the east. That's not too bad. HA says they did not teach geography in Brooklyn schools. I'm telling you, anybody from any of those boroughs, just ask them. Do you live on Long Island? No way! And then I show them a map. I pull a map out and I go, that's Long Island. No, I don't. No. It's so funny. I laugh so hard. I'm not even a Syracuse fan. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like college sports where we're from, you go, what? Who? Hofstra? Or whatever it is. Syracuse? Whatever, dude. Who cares? Nobody's got time for that because we're watching football, or we're watching hockey or basketball, you name it, baseball, whatever. There's so many sports on anyway. Sports runs the world out where I'm from, and it's not anything to walk around with a jersey on. Okay, I mean, you could just like part of your day, you would throw a jersey on. You'd walk around with a hockey jersey. That's normal. Same with Detroit, right? Same with Michigan, Sean. You throw a jersey on, you walk around, and you've got a Red Wings jersey. That's not weird. Okay, that's normal. If I threw a Ranger jersey on here and I walked around with a Ranger jersey on, everybody would look at me like I was crazy. By the way, I do that sometimes. I walk around with a jersey on, but the question is, do you live in Long Island or do you live on Long Island? Right. Do you live on Long Island? That's what I say. Not in Long Island. I say, do you live on Long Island? And they go, no. They can't get it through their head. It doesn't matter if I say in or on, it's the same thing. But I say, do you live on Long Island? And they say, no. Okay. I'm telling you. Test it. I'm telling you right now. 87 miles, top of descent, folks. Funny, though. It is funny. I'm a Jets suffering fan. So am I. I was. I'm not. I mean, okay. I don't follow football anymore. I just can't. I can't do it anymore, folks. So it's hard when you grow up watching, Curtis Martin just smash the football down everybody's throats and just constantly run the ball. And you watch Parcells, and Bill Parcells was one of those coaches who's like, I'm just going to ram it down your throat until your defense collapses. They don't do that anymore. Football, it just opens the pass, and it's gone. It's pass. And it's like, okay, I'm done with this game. It's hard for me to get on board with it. But yeah, I used to be huge. Obviously I am a Jet fan, but I don't follow them like I used to, just because of that. It's hard this new style of football I'm not a fan of. I like it old school. And they just run once or twice. They'll do maybe a play action and then they run. It's like, nah. Have you seen the guy who wore the Michigan sweatshirt to the Ohio State campus? I didn't. No, but it sounds like it's interesting. Sounds like every year, Gavin, born and raised a Dolphins fan. Oh, you're born and raised a Dolphins fan. Okay. Well, you're close. I mean, you were born in, so you're from South Carolina. So, I mean, okay. Your closest, well, you've got Carolina. Wait a minute. You got a Carolina team, don't you? I was a Jet fan. So yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. Joe Namath. That's the thing. I mean, when you grew up with Namath. Anyway, dude, if you're a Jet fan, the first thing I'm going to say is I'm sorry. This is a true story, right? This is hilarious. My sister calls me up before the start of the season, this season. She calls me up. Aaron Rodgers is going to be great. And then she's like, I'm going to buy the NFL package. And I said, don't do that. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, don't do that. She's like, I want to watch all the Jet games. I'm like, good, don't do that. This is true. It's a true story. I said, don't do it. Don't even think about it. Why? I'm like, don't spend hundreds of dollars on the Jets. Just don't do it. Why? I'm like, because they've been disappointing me for the last, I don't know, decades, right? And Pop's even worse. So I'm like, decades. Since the 60s, right? For you. But they no, don't do that. Okay, what? Fourth play, folks? Was the fourth play? Aaron Rodgers takes a dive? Fourth. And then she calls me right after he got hurt, and she goes, well, I'm glad I didn't do that. So I started laughing. I'm like, you just don't even understand what it's like. I remember Testaverde, right? You remember this is probably when we got Vinny Testaverde. Chad Pennington. You remember Chad Pennington? One of the quarterbacks we had who was like a shining star. Again, I went to this game that he blew his Achilles. I went there. I was with my friends. We were sitting there in the family section. And I remember, it was like, I remember it was playing the Pats or the Patriots or something like that. I remember like yesterday. He goes back, takes a snap, boom, he's done. Achilles out, gone. And then I just kind of looked at him, looked at my friends, I'm like, well, that's over. Season's over right there. Oh, it's funny. We had an very interesting time. Yeah, and he got booed so hard and everybody was Oh my gosh. Hey, is Fireman Joe still there? Oh, it's so funny. He got booed so hard everyone was cursing. Oh, it's hilarious. Oh, it makes me laugh. Man, people look at me when I wear Rockies baseball gear and I live in Colorado and it's like Denver Broncos football will win this year. Only thing going for me is NBA Nuggets. All right. And the Avs. I gotcha. That is so funny. AJ says North Carolina, but close enough. We didn't have the Panthers until 95. Right. It was late. At that point, my parents gave up trying to get me out of Mary. Oh, that's what it was. Marino. I remember him. Yeah. Pennington. Yeah. Okay. I says, I'm only 11, so I've not suffered a lot. Oh, yeah. You haven't even touched what it's like. You don't know what it's like, man. I haven't heard the name Testaverde in a while, so this is a funny story. You're gonna love this. So I used to go to a lot of Jet games. My buddy he worked for the Jets, like he worked for him, so I got tickets a lot. And I would go there. I'm gonna set my altitude down. And this is funny. You're gonna love this. So we're sitting at the game, and all my buddies are New York cops. Like a lot of them they're cops from New York, right? So. First, I had to drive in Manhattan. I hated that. I'm like, dude, I do not want to drive through Manhattan. They're like, oh, you're fine. I do it all the time, So, of course, I'm going down the wrong road, and you know how it is. It's terrible driving to Manhattan. I would rather walk to the. And this is before MetLife, right? We still had Meadowlands. So this is Meadowlands Arena, the Giants and the Jets. Again, another thing, it's stupid. Why are we playing in Jersey, folks? We should not be playing in New Jersey. That's Jersey. We should be in New York. Oh, I don't know. Let's play that because there's no room for stadiums. I understand. Whatever. I don't like it. So bring them to New York where they need to be. Whatever. That's just me. There's no room in New York, apparently. So we're sitting there. Testaverne's got the football, and the deal was when Testaverne took a snap and he went for a snap and he went for a shotgun, you would have to bet when the ball hit its apex on if it's going to be an interception and how much. So you would bet interceptions when Testaverne threw for the football. It was hilarious. So we would sit there, we would wait, he'd snap the shotgun, and then we'd be like, oh, he's throwing. And then you would throw it, and you'd have to wait, and you'd look. All right, $5, it's intercepted. And you would bet interceptions. It was hilarious. We had so much fun. We just laughed. It was terrible. Oh, that's so funny. Shelton says, how many games does the NHL have? I think we've got 82 games, if I'm not mistaken. Quite a lot. Yeah, there you go, Gavin. Gavin got it. Using the GPS. I didn't have a GPS back then, man. It was a chart. It was a map. We didn't have any cell phones back then, man. I know you're like, wait, what? Cell phones? No cell phones? Yeah, no cell phones. Pop says, I'd like to see the Jets in the Super Bowl again before I die. Well, I got to tell you, I've never seen the Jets in the Super Bowl, so... And I'm not, like I said, I'm kind of over the Jets a little bit. I'm just too disappointed in them all the time to forget it. You know, I remember Chad Pennington was the next biggest thing, and then of course we had our new coach. Who was that coach? What was the name? I see his face. Oh, don't even get me started with Belichick. Don't even get me started with Belichick. There is just bad blood with the Patriots, and I just can't. Nope, bad blood with them. 33 miles to go, top of descent, folks. We're going to start getting ready here. Oh, crap. It's too much fun. Anyway, our division had some great quarterbacks. It's just crazy. And that's why I'm a hockey fan. It's just, I'm too disappointed with football all the time. Like, forget it. We pass every down. Come on. What is this? I don't like that game. I want to run it down your throat. That's how it should be. All right, we got to wake Cliff up, folks. We got to wake him up. Let's go, Cliff. It's time to land. We got a top of descent coming up here in a few miles. Looks like we're on our own. Seatbelts coming on. That was fun. You know, I know I'm young, but yeah, I know. Okay. Sam, I had a brother who jumped on the Patriots bandwagon. I tell you what, there's a reason why we don't like the Patriots, and it's not because they won. It's because of Belichick. Let me tell you what Belichick did to the Jets, right? He was under Parcells. Okay, Parcells went to the Jets. He went from the Patriots to the Jets and was coaching the Jets. Okay, Belichick came over when Parcells left. Parcells was like, okay, I'm going to leave and go to, I think he went to the Cowboys or something. Belichick signs a contract. Folks, he signed a contract for the Jets. Oh, I'm going to step into Belichick's shoes. I'm going to step into Parcells' shoes. I'm going to coach the Jets. He backs out of the contract in 4 days or something like that. And you want to talk about how bad of blood? That was bad. That was bad. Still to this day, I'm like, you rat. And I think all the Jets could, all Jet fans are like, you stink. I mean, that's why. Great coach, don't get me wrong. It's just, what are you doing? You can't do that. Anyway, it's pretty fun. Yep, I hit Patriots. Yeah. AJ says, days of Barry Sanders. Yeah, Thurman Thomas, Marshall. Yeah, long gone. Yeah, I agree, man. Anyway, that's why I'm a huge hockey fan. Obviously, suffering. And then I got to witness the Rangers raise the cup in '94. It was really cool. All right, let me see this.
Navigation is armed.
Are you ready for the approach briefing?
Go ahead.
Any questions?
No questions.
Descent check. Folks, fingers crossed, Cliff is awake. He's doing his thing.
Fuel quantity.
Oh, shoot. I'm not doing my thing. Hang on. Checked.
Approach briefing.
Performed.
Landing data.
Set.
Descent check complete.
Wow. Cliff, what the heck, man? Cliff's doing something right today. I don't know. He's on it. Gavin says, I was at the game when they lost to the Patriots this season. I gotcha. Ryan says, as a Broncos fan, nobody need tell me it's like them. Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, you gotta talk about sports. It's a big deal out from where we're from. Not here. Everybody's like big into college football here, and I'm like, what is that? I don't even know what that is. They all look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what do you mean? You don't know what that is? All right, let's get somebody got a METAR update here. Let's see what we got. On the ATIS, the ATIS says, let's see, weather, and we're talking about ATIS. We've got 19 minutes ago. It just flipped over. We're looking like we have 3609er, 10 statute miles visibility. View clouds of 25,000, 4/2, 3016. It looks like I've got the same thing. Very same issue. A little bit different, and we wrote it down. It was like 010. Here, top of descent coming in. Thank you, Sean. Is Cliff your dog? No, sorry, Gavin. Cliff is the FO. He's our first officer. He always messes up, though. Like everything he does, the guy screws up. So we got to be on our toes when he's flying with us. All right, we're going to set the fuel heat on. And what that's going to do is heat up this fuel filter for us. That's going to burn off this, if we have any ice crystals on the aircraft, it's going to, in the fuel filter that is, it's going to cook it off right now with the bleed air. And you do one at a time. We'll do the next one as we start our descent down. 340, folks. It doesn't look like any ATCs online. It's just us. What is this? Okay. What in the world happened here? Hang on just a minute. I got to sign in here, apparently. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and close that. All right. Coming on down here. Thank you. I appreciate it, Sean. We got a METAR right there. 360 at 9, 10 miles visibility. Few clouds at 25,000. 4/2, altimeter 3016. I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and throw my glasses on. My eyes are killing me right now. We are on our descent. Here we go. Whereabouts are you now? Colorado? Oh, me? No. I'm in Utah, buddy. That's where I'm at. So, professional sports, we only have basketball. That's about it. All right, looks good. I'm going to go ahead and throw the other fuel heater on. Bink, right side coming in. Descent checks are done. Cliff did it. And we are on our descent. Here we go. I've got 122.8 hooked up there, starting our way down. It's an absolutely beautiful day to fly. And we should be getting ready for the approach and landing. I've got 110.7 inputted there. We're going to go to the ILS. Oh, we're just backing up the ILS, right? 301 on the inbound course. And folks, by the way, I want to just mention one thing. When you're flying like for the real deal and you're flying airlines and your conversation wanders, make sure it's above bar, right? Make sure you're either talking about good stuff. You're talking about either airplane performance or, manuals or even sports for that matter up at cruise. You don't want to go below bar or anything like that because guess what? Everybody's listening. And I'll tell you who is listening. This right here. It's called the flight recorder, right? If you have an overrun or something stupid and the airplane, or even worse, let's say, the last thing they're going to hear is your voice on this recorder. Cockpit voice recorder. Sorry, that's the flight data recorder. This is the cockpit voice recorder. You want to make sure that you're actually doing the right things. Okay, so you're doing the right things. You're staying above bar. You're dealing with what the airline wants you to do. And I'm serious because you do not want to. Again, this thing goes back 30 minutes, and I was reading an accident report today. And I was like, ooh, that's going to hurt. It's just one of those things. I'm going to flip this go around. It's going to drive the Eeper bugs up, which is fine. There we go. Getting into some bumps here. Let's go ahead and call. I would call back in the passengers right now and say, hey, folks, from the flight deck, we're heading down into the Minneapolis airport. Weather is beautiful down there. Looks like it's, let's see here. What did we say? How many degrees? 6 something? I don't know. What is it? It's 28 degrees. Pretty chilly. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? Two-striper. Charlotte's a two-striper. Thank you, by the way, for the support, my friend. I appreciate it. Every month you get another stripe or something like that. Nice. Getting cold yet. And you know what? Today, AJ, I'm walking the dogs. It's 61 degrees out there. I'm like, what the heck? It should be much colder than this. Yeah, I love it when it's cold, and it's not. It's not complaining. Don't get me wrong, but I like 50s. I like the 50s. I love it. I love it when it's a little chilly. Like right now, I have my air conditioner running in my studio here because I tried it with the fan and the window open, and it wasn't cooling the room down. It was like 70-something degrees and climbing. I'm like, I can't do it. So it's going to get to 45 tonight, but still, shoot. It's going to be late before it gets there. Anyway, good stuff. Yes, hello. All right, we're starting our way down into the Minneapolis area. I am going to film this. We are going to record this landing. I'm going to pull up my sky dolly so we have it. Cliff should wake up here at 20,000. You start hearing him flipping switches. When we hit 20,200 on the way down. Why are you beeping at me? Now the airplane should be. I know that. There we go. Okay, that's all set, ready to go. All right, we're leveling off. I'm going to plug this in here. It looks like we've got 301 is set. We got a course in. 280 knots is slowing down. Let's go outside. That is gorgeous. Look at how pretty this is. Man, what a nice airplane. I should probably get back in the flight deck. Trying to figure out what's going on here. All right, there we go. We're starting our descent. Seatbelt signs coming on. Ding dong. There we go. All right, we're starting down. There's 20,000 feet. Listen for the switches. There it is. Cliff is awake. You guys, Cliff is awake. Do the Rangers fly out of White Plains? Because I know the Islanders fly out of Farmingdale. Yeah, we fly out of White Plains. Matter of fact, that's where we're doing the Rangers schedule here. That's why we flew out of White Plains earlier. Took off out of White Plains. But yeah, Rangers will fly out of White Plains, and then sometimes we'll fly into like Newark, but for the most part, it's White Plains. All right, 18,000 feet. Guess what, folks? All our members in the chat, shoots on. Here we go. Shoots coming on, folks. And by the way, if you want some coastal merch, we've got some really cool merch there. Shoots on in the chat. That's not what I want to hear. All right, there's 12,000. I'm going to go ahead and knock it down. to 12,000 feet. I'm going to, oh, I should have moved this up before I locked in. Okay. That's at 17,000. I'm going to drop this to 12. There we go, 12,000 feet, and it is armed. Good. Keep on going. Reset. VNAV is armed. Let's go. VNAV track descent. Here we go. I'm just going to pop this down. All right. Through 17,000 feet. Seatbelt signs are on. Looking good here on our buses. Right's looking good. Left's looking good. We're set there as well. What a gorgeous day. 12,000 feet is set right there. 280 on the speed that backs. Going to go ahead and increase. We're just a little above profile. Not worried yet. I'm going to take the radar off, folks. I'm just going to close that out. We don't need that. But we will put on the terrain. And MSA here, or minimum safe altitude at this airport, at this approach, is 3,500 feet. It's good to know. 3,500 feet. Let's talk about missed approach. We're going to climb to 1,300 feet, then a right turn to 3,000, and we'll hold at GEP. In this case, it's beautiful. It's visual, so we'll probably just stay visual, fly a pattern, and flip it back around. That's our plan, at least. If ATC was on, that's what I would, we'd probably just vector us around and give us a visual. Back into the airport. All right, 30, what did we say it was? 3014. Sorry, 3014. I've got to put this on here. We're going to just plug this in, make sure it's good to go. There we go. 3014 set. 14,000. We are at the Muscle 3. We're going to head over to Wolves, and then from there, we're going to go Lakeland at 8,000. So we just passed Bays. Going to go and set our altitude now to 8,000. Pull that out. Altitude is set. Shelton's got the chutes on. Here we go. Oh, shoot. Guess what I forgot? Transition now.
Set.
Thank you. Approach check.
Navigation.
Set.
Approach check completed.
Thank you. All right, Cliff. 122.8 on the frequency here. What a beautiful day to fly, folks. This is absolutely gorgeous out here. We're going to be turning to the left, and then we're making a right to hook up. 12,000 feet. Coming down. Lakeland's at 8,000. We're going to go ahead and set it to 7. Hard altitude, set 7. Set it armed. It is armed. We are on nav descent. So it's going to start slowing the speed down for us. Speeds are checked. Hey, Cam, what's going on, man? He says, howdy, Captain in chat. Welcome, Cam. Welcome aboard. You're just in time. Getting ready for the landing here. It's looking good. We got a beautiful day. We're looking at the descent. We're looking good here. Cabin altitude's coming down. And then our diff is, Delta P is coming down as well. Good. We're depressurizing. That's what that means. Nice river. Beautiful area here. It is absolutely gorgeous today. I mean, this is great weather. Couldn't beat this. All right, here comes 10,000 feet. I'm on a gag order. I'm just going to probably be quiet. I'm not going to talk about any other things other than the route of flight or anything flight related. And we'll go from there. Because I have a tendency to do that. All right, see how the airplane wants to slow down. I'm going to pull some brake to help it out. Speed brake. Get the speed brake down. We're going to get the airspeed down just a little bit to 230. There we go. No, Gavin, they don't. They use a 7.5, but I don't have one of those yet. We will eventually. Yeah, this is a beautiful MD-80, folks. Absolutely gorgeous day out here in Minneapolis. Going to jump back on profile. You can see Soggy right there. Soggy need to hit 7,230 on the speed. 210 at Turtle, I should say. Make up my own language on these things. All right, here we go. Speeds up. Brakes in. Good to go. All right, I'm going to call him up. Minneapolis traffic, Riptide 5803, setting up for the RMP runway 30 right, Minneapolis. Yeah, the landing lights will help create a little drag as well. That's exactly right. About 2 knots you'll lose. I'm going to go System Alpha today. I'm going to go ahead and set those. We slow down a little bit below 250. It's kind of where we're at. I like to do it when I throw the gear down. All right, altitude set is 7,000 armed. We're going to get to Crocs, 230 on the speed, and we'll start slowing down even more. Air coming up, approaching Crocs. Lights are on. We're good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch to the RNAV. Went to Turtle. We're going to keep going to Soggy, and then we're going to start descending down to 3,000 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and set this. Go to 3,000. Bring it all the way down. As a matter of fact, we're cleared for the approach. I'm going to go to 0. Altitude is set. And we're going to keep on setting on VNAV. Okay, we're down 230 on the speed. Here come the lights. I'm just going to drop the motors. So what this is doing is it's extending the landing lights from the wings. It doesn't have them on yet. You can turn them on anytime you want now. I'm just going to throw it to bright. I'll keep them on. There's no speed restriction on these things, but I like to be under 250 when I throw them out. All right, let me call them up and get some flap in there. Slats extend.
Speed checked. Slats are extended.
Slats extended.
Flaps 11.
Speed checked. Flaps 11 set.
All right, folks, we got our first notch of flaps. We got a flaps 11 here. And we're going to hold this speed for a bit until we get just a little bit on the lower side. It's at 7,000, so I might have to take over. Let's see what we got here. Mandatory is at 7,000. We're good. We can descend. Let's see how we're going below profile now. So I'm going to take the aircraft over and go vertical speed. And I've got the VS now. Vertical speed's mine, and so is our airspeed. So I'm going to bring our airspeed down to about 180. We'll start slowing. And I'm going to increase our vertical speed. Got about 1,200 feet a minute. We'll see how we do there. When we got a visual, once I get a visual of it, and then we're going to be good to go. So seems like that's not doing it. So keep it in, crank it down even more. And then we'll do a final check here at Soggy. We're going to turn about 3,000 at Jacko. We got about 5,000 here at Soggy, but we're going to be a little on the high side. So when we intercept, we'll go ahead and intercept profile here soon. We're about 800 feet on the high side. That's the problem right now. It's no big deal. Not worried about it. We got flap in. We're good. Going to go ahead and set our heading though. We should have a visual of the airport here shortly. There it is. I got a visual. Keep on the descent here. Keep on trucking down. We might even go ahead and push it down even further. About 1,600 feet a minute. How's she do there? Let's see. We'll hit Sam at Sam's at about 3,000 feet, if so. You can see the altitude. Go ahead and set 3,000. You can see kind of how we're doing now. And you can see right now, I'm going to go ahead and set it to VNAV again. And let's see what it is. See, it's going to bring it all the way down to 170 knots because we're going a little fast. I like to take over, though. I see. Let's see what the airplane does. 170 on the speed, which is fine. I would actually bring it to about 170. There she blows. She's right there. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do about that landing gear alert. I mean, I could just go quiet. Let's silence the gear. I get it. I know. We're idle power and we're getting a little low on the low side. There's 4,000 feet. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right, we're going to go ahead and go final right there. Call them up. Minneapolis traffic, Riptide 5803 on final. Runway 30 right. Minneapolis. Okay, 3,000 hooked up. We're going to go right down to Jack Go. Bring it down to 3,000. We are. We're going to hold. We'll slow. Airplane, get the airplane trimmed. It is a beautiful day. There's a level off. We'll hold, 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 hold. All right. I like what I see. Gear coming down. Whoa, man, that shakes. Woo! Flaps coming down. Shoot. Flap down 15. I forgot. It clips with me. My plane, all the way around. I got the throttles. I've got the autopilot. You know, everything's off. Flap 28.
Speed checked. Flaps 28 set.
Final check.
Gear.
Down.
Check.
Down.
Ignition.
Set to alpha.
Auto spoilers and auto brakes.
Armed.
Flaps and slats.
Set and checked.
Landing clearance.
Received.
Final check completed.
All right, folks. What do we got here? 11 knots on the crosswind. Looks like we don't have enough crosswind component to do anything here. Just going to push throttles up just a little bit, get some airspeed. We're right on ref, looking good. Slightly on the high side. I am recording this, by the way. All right, 1,000 check. We've got sync, about 900. Speed, just a little fast. Going to go ahead and correct that, and we are slightly on the high side. Going to go ahead and correct that now. Looking good. Right on profile right there. I'm going to try to hit the mark if I can. And we're good to go. Got a nice little crosswind. It's probably died down about 8 knots now. All
500
right,
above.
there, check. Man, look at this airport. I can't look into the airport just yet. Okay, gear down 3, green flaps are set. I got to increase my crab angle. Slightly on the low side. Let's go to pitch up just a little bit. Let's give it that right there. Hold that, hold that. Right where we need to be. I'm going to try to put this sucker down right on the mark.
Align. Approaching minimums.
Yep.
Flare.
Whoa.
Spoilers
Kick that
deployed.
rudder a little bit. Reversers, speed brakes.
80 knots.
Keep on slowing down.
60 knots.
Out of reversers. Am I playing on the brakes? Welcome to Minneapolis, St. Paul. What a beautiful airport. Holy smokes. The scenery is amazing here. Hold on. Let me get the airport chart out here. Let's taxi. Love it when a plan comes together. We've got Papa 8. Yep, that's where we wanted to go. That's pretty good. We'll take it, right? 167. No, not a bad landing. All right, we're going to come over here through the taxi route. Let's tell Cliff to clean it up. After landing check. Wow, look at this, you guys. Holy smokes, I'm impressed. Really, really, really impressed. I'm going to throw the lights off here. Put it to dim. It looks like we're going to be right in here.
Completed.
I believe we're in here on F Foxtrot 9. Here come the flaps all the way up. Let's go outside for a minute. Wow, it's gorgeous. Now, I didn't have FSLT. I should have turned it on, but I want to see the performance on this. It's gorgeous here. All right, Foxtrot. We're going to do a tour here. Just a minute. Let's go ahead and get Foxtrot 9 pulled in here. We got to let the engines cool down. So there's Fox 9. I've still got the pink dudes. I don't know what's going on. I did an update. It just didn't work, apparently. I'm super impressed. Wow. Yeah, let's turn this off so I don't blind them. All right, where are we going? I see it right there, Fox 9. All right, what are you kidding me? 31 feet. I think I'm in the slot now. It's a little too far. I know you put me too far. I knew it. Not just a little bit. I know it. All right. Coming off. APU's online. Shutting down number 1. Number 2 coming down. Thought I'd let you listen to those JT8s spool down, man. Welcome. I'm going to shut the window. It's freezing out there. That's it. Seatbelts off. I bet you had custom texture for the pushback tug. That's out of date. Needs to be removed. I'm sure. Andy, how are you, by the way? Pops went to bed. You probably should be parking at the FBO. Nope, not today. Per our normal, actually, real schedule, they didn't do that. So they didn't park at the FBO. So that's off. We're going to go ahead and let's do a parking check. Flaps and slats are up. Parking check.
Parking brakes.
Set.
Flaps and slats.
Up. Retracted.
APU or external power.
Established.
Fuel levers.
Off.
Anti-collision.
Off.
Hydraulic pumps.
Off. No.
Seatbelt switch.
Off.
Ice protection panel.
Off.
Transponder.
Standby.
Parking check completed.
Thank you. Oops. All right, folks, there we go. Parking check is complete. I'm going to go ahead and throw off the APU. I don't want to burn any more gas that we don't need to. Air's coming off there, too. APU's on the bus. That is it. We're going to go outside. We're going to do a couple things here. We're going to check. We're going to check the airport. We'll do a walk around to the airport. And we'll test this thing out. Let's see here. Sean, yeah, this is, by the way, this is the exact gate that they parked at today. They didn't actually park at the FBO. They parked at the gate. And you see this, I don't understand. I did what they recommended, and I still have pink textures. It's so annoying. I don't know what's up. All right, let's do a tour around the facility first. So what we're going to do is walk around the facility and check it out. We're going to go over the overhead here. And I'm going to open the door. We'll get out of our seat and we'll walk around. How's that? And then I'm going to walk around the actual airport with the drone. So give me a second. Let's go ahead. Oh, I got to open the doors. Duh. Hang on just a minute. I thought they would do that themselves, and they didn't. So if I go ahead and click start on boarding, that should open all of our doors. Forward cargo, mid cargo, aft cargo. We'll throw them all open, and that should, yeah, there we go. Should trigger a deplane, and we're going to go out of here. Let's take a look, see what's going on. I don't know why these guys are pink. No idea. It's so annoying. Excuse me, last update or something screwed it up. All right, let's go into the terminal, folks. Excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and go up the jetway. We'll go ahead and see if we got anything in the terminal we could do. Push our way through here. Whoa, everything's like reverse, which is so annoying. All right, here we go. All right, look at that right there on the textures. Final Mad Dog delivered. I love it. This should be all of the should be all of our team right here. Excuse me, I'm coming up the jetway too. Pardon me. Pardon me. All right, what happened? Where are we? Okay. We are in the terminal area. All right, pretty cool. We've got the departures board here. I'm not that tall. Neat, huh? This is all simulated really cool. Looks like the yeah, is the charter an MD-80? No, it's a 757. So the real charter is a 7.5. That's a 7.5-200, I think. Wow, look at how cool this is. No glass. That's because we're going to go ahead and do this on the drone. So let's go ahead and take the drone out and we'll fly that. But before we need to do that, take our drone here. Ooh, right in the fan. I got to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and file the flight plan. I mean, get credit. Okay, successful PIREP, so that went through. And then let's take this over here and see what we got going on. And then I'll take you around the airport. Okay, let's try this. G, R, F. It's one of these buttons. Why can't I go through? It like puts me right on the dang. It's weird. Like if I do this, it puts me back on the roof. All right, let's check this. But you can see the inside's really modeled well. I mean, you can see in the airport here. That's cool. Yeah, it puts you on the roof. I like it. First impressions are, I mean, just wow, right? Holy smokes. Like, this is pretty darn slick. FlightBeam did this, and it looks absolutely, and the performance is fantastic. I mean, look at this. No stutter. It's not like it's a slideshow at all. It's really, that's a long jetway, huh? It's really, really neat. Look at this place. Holy cow. Really cool here, folks. What we got going on. We're going to take a look at the landing. Whoa, let me go climb a little higher here. Look at this. Look at how much delta. Look at all these delta gates. Obviously, this is a main hub for them. I think that when they merged with Northwest, they absorbed a lot of this. They got a lot of these gates here. What's it say? The scenery has a parallax interior, so nothing to see inside. It's fake. I gotcha. They might add and update the interiors, but it looks really good. Gavin says the Islanders used a 737-400. I gotcha. Good deal. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the landing. I mean, first of all, I'm really super impressed by the airport. The performance is great. It looks phenomenal. It's what you expect from, look at this thing. It's what you expect from FlightBeam. I don't expect anything less from them. He's the developer. They delivered, right? They delivered here. This looks beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous. Look at all of the gates that are modeled, like really, really cool. This is the satellite terminal, I think. Over here, this is where like their ERJs or CRJs, stuff like that are going to go here. Probably all Delta connection flights. Their partners will go here. Same with over here. You can see all these gates very close to the ground. Same kind of thing. Really neat, though. I'm like super impressed. Look at this road. Let's take the road up and let's see what. Look at this hotel. We got a hotel right on the airport. So cool. What's that hotel? Intercontinental Hotel. Interesting. Just really, really neat. Nice. They've modeled it great. It says best airport in North America by the Airport Council International 2022. That's so cool. Well, probably parking garage right there. And you can see if I zoom up, just absolutely gorgeous. Let's go to the other side of the airport. Never been to MSP. Yeah, it's beautiful. Like, this is really, 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 really good. Again, what I expect from them, and you're getting it right here, folks. This is well worth the money, in my humble opinion. If you do any flying out here, I would definitely recommend getting this thing. It's beautiful. All right, let's make this fun. Let's go ahead and the mall is to the south of the airport. Okay, so it's going to be this way. How south is it? Like right there? That's the south. We're looking kind of toward the south right now. Okay. This is the faux stuff. And you see our humble airplane right there. Really cool, though. Holy smokes. I'm super impressed with this. But, that's what you expect. FlightBeam is they just amp it up. They always level up their stuff. It's beautiful. You're never going to go wrong with them. Just really, performance is great. Sometimes this would sap the crap out of computers. and just bring them to their knees, but this is just excellent. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing down because we're taking this out. It'll be a cold and dark start tomorrow. So let's go get in the flight deck here. We're going to get and just shut it down, and then I'll exit out. We'll take a look at the landing, and then I'll let you southwest corner. Okay, just at the end of the ramp. Put it over to nighttime. Okay. Do you want to deboard the crew? Yes, both. Let's get off this airplane. All right, we're going to do a few things. I'm going to click takeoff. Then we're going to go to... Let me just write my fuel numbers in, folks, and then we'll do we'll watch our replay. And then I'll change it to nighttime before I leave. I'll change it to nighttime right now here. 55... What is it? 55... 0. I mean, you're going to see our 11,200. Our patrons and our members are going to be able to see this scenery at night when we fly out tomorrow night. I am going to shut down some stuff, though. Let's get this airplane powered down a little bit. Lighting is good. I'll keep it like that. Everything else is good to go. Let's go ahead and turn this off. We'll be back up probably at the gate tomorrow, I'm assuming, Sean. This is probably where we'll leave. If I'm just guessing, that's off. We'll click continue. Throw that to the off position. And finally, our battery switch. All right, let's go check this out at night. Let's go ahead and turn the time down to nighttime. Now let's see this airport come alive at night. Oh yeah, look at that. Truly, it's beautiful. I mean, we come up. Yeah. Look at the lighting. Really, really neat. I wonder if this is modeled. It probably isn't, but they said the inside they might. Yeah, it's not. It's just a kind of the faux fake. But I mean, you wouldn't. If it's sapping, it's gonna sap frames on you. It's pretty. It's a pretty airport. The lighting looks great. They did just a bang up job. Did you grab any screenshots? Ah, shoot. Andy says, it's so funny. I've lived in Dallas, and I-35 is a major north-south freeway. I think it runs all the way to Canada. Oh, jeez. I'm sure it does. It's gorgeous. Look at this. All right, let's get, what I'm going to do is exit out of here really quick, and then we're going to reposition the jet, and we will watch the landing. We're just going to do a quick replay here, and we'll watch the landing, see where we landed. It's always a good idea to, I'm going to go to the main menu here, click continue, and then we're going to see where we landed. I mean, I know the rate, we were, what 160? Sometimes schedule gets in the way, but timing for me, watch tonight was great. Good. I'm glad, man. That's always a good thing. I always enjoy watching your streams too, when I can. Oh, my legs. Sitting in the seat forever. That was fun. I really enjoy that. And we're going to be flying out of here tomorrow, I think. I think tomorrow night, right after the game, we're out. So we're going to be blasting off as well. If you stand by here, we'll see how we do. The major north-south thorough or through MSP. Okay, the highway runs up through MSP. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go departure. We're going to click Minneapolis. Whoop, it's going to put us right where we want to be. We'll go 30 left on the runway. This way it'll actually have everything lit and stuff like that. Okay, click fly. I want to make sure everything's off. So I've disconnected everything. So everything is off the on the airplane. We're disconnected from the server. We got that done. and then we're going to go ahead and check our landing and see where we landed at. A little bit of a crosswind. It wasn't too bad. I kicked some rudder in there at the end. My back is what says it. Yeah, it's my legs. My back's all right. It's my legs that hurt. I got to get up and walk around. Cool. Shelton, thanks, man. Glad you did that. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's go ready to fly. Man, this is so cool. I love this. Shut this down. We're going to shut this down. Okay. Let the engine spool up. Okay, we're lit. You can see we're going to go back in. Where do you guys want to look? Double click this. Bing, bing. MSP landing. Sean, did I get pictures? I will get pictures. How's that? All right, here we go. We're going to set this thing down right. We're just going to set all our flaps, get it right now, get it all ready. Make sure that that is armed. It is now. Okay, you want to see over the wing or outside? What do we want? And that's just because the flaps weren't set right. Hold on. Yeah, see how they're doing that? It's just because the flaps weren't set the correct one. This might even set it for us, so I don't know. We'll have to find out. There we go, that's better. All right, let's check this out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this thing. Let's get this thing fast forward. All right, stop. All right, so that's 400 feet. The flaps should be all the way in at this point. So we'll set the flaps, we'll go outside, and then let's take a look on what we do. I'm gonna pause it. And actually, let's go here. Look at that crosswind. It, you know, for only 9 knots or whatever, it was pushing us really sideways. Well, that was weird. All right, hold on. And that is too close, Papa. Papa Bear, that's too short. Let's see what happened here. I mean, we're flying a Cessna now, folks. Over the numbers. Let's see. Clunk, clunk. Not bad, not bad. I mean, a little short, but that's not bad. That was 500 feet, just about. I'd say 400 and slightly off the center line. Wasn't too bad. I mean, you could see the airplane kind of pushing us, the wind. For only 9 knots, though, that's a little ridiculous. Ooh, look at that turn. I kicked that rudder hard. Something doesn't feel right. Hold on. Let me look at something here. Something did not feel right with my rudders, and I don't know why. Okay, we had the right rudder on. Weird. Okay, I might have to desensitize them just a touch. Is that tree height accurate? Probably not. Let's get rid of this so it doesn't keep saying, oh yeah. All right, let's rewind it one more time. Just a little bit. Right there. No, the tree height doesn't look right. All right, we got to get in the back of the flight deck. We'll stow the thrust. We'll go ahead and throw this down, throw that back up. Flaps 28. All right, let's take a look at the wings now. Let's get a nice wing view here. You guys like that? It's a cool looking wing view. Yeah, I don't think those trees are accurate. Look at that right there. I was going to go so short. Nice. Wasn't bad. I mean, it was a little bit on the crab. I didn't like that too much. I didn't like how short I came. But it's just because I took off too much power, I think, coming down. Nice. It's pretty. All right, let's have some fun here. Let's go ahead and drop this. Is there any other views you want? You guys want to go outside? Oh, yeah, this is going to be beautiful. Let's get this sun just right. Nice. Let's go look at that. Let's take a picture. I'm going to bed. Good night, Gavin. We'll see you, bud. Thanks for watching. Yeah, you bet, AJ. Thanks for coming on as well, my friend. Appreciate it. Are you using FCR? Not this one. I used a Sky Dolly on this. FCR I got to use. I do like FCR. I usually use that, but this time I didn't. Is there any spot you want to see? Let's go to the other side of the airplane. Look at this crosswind here. I mean, right there. This is Sky Dolly. I'm using Sky Dolly. Here I'm pushing that throttle in because I know I'm getting a little low. Jeez. Oops. Oh, look at these trees, dude. That was like butter. That was a butter landing, though. Just trying to crosswind, making sure she's not going to go off on us. Nice. Look at that. Good stuff. All right, I need to use FCR more. Butter web. I do like FCR. I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is when I hit it, like I hit record, it just pauses the sim and that just freaks me out. I'm like, there's a fort right by the river in the northeast of the airport. Are you serious? A fort? Right by the river? Northeast of the airport. So that would be over here. Somewhere, Sean. Let's go check it out. Okay, so this is the northeast side. We're at basically northeast would be over in this side. We approached 30. Is it by a river? I don't know if it's going to be simulated or not. It'll take me forever to get there. Somewhere over here. If that's weird, it doesn't do that for me. I'm always in VR. Okay. Let me increase my drone speed and see if we can't get going quicker. This should do it. All right, let's see this. We're kind of right. There's baseball stadiums here. Which is a baseball. Ooh, look at this. There's the fort. I can see it. Is that the... Oh, no. No. I got to reset it. I found it, though. We'll go ahead and increase the speed again to 122. I'll just fly this drone over there quick. If I can. Okay, there we go. One more time. Let's go ahead and see that thing. Don't hit the wrong button. Fly by the river. Okay, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. There's the baseball diamonds I saw. There's this weird thing right here. What is this right there? That's it. That's got to be barracks. So, who sailed this river? There's a fort right there that looks like military barracks. This is probably them, their defense. Now I got to read about this. Who's going this far upriver? And where is this river going to lead or come from? Canada? Yeah, you see the fort here, guys. This is all fort. You can tell this is all old military barracks through this. And then right here, that was, this I got to see. Now I got to research this. Mississippi. So they could come all the way up from, man, that's a long journey. Can you believe that? All the way up from the south up. That's crazy. All right, folks. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you found it interesting or you learned something. And remember, we do 3 things. Want to learn something, do it right, and have fun. We try to do those 3 things every flight. And we do it because we want you to fly better. Fly better is what we want you to do, right? So fly good procedures, nail them, and world flights coming up, so definitely watch our folks, the SoCal team. We've got 2 coastal pilots on their team this year, so definitely check them out. They're going to be streaming Fort Snelling. I've got to check that out. They'll be definitely doing that stuff, so that should be fun. Tomorrow night for patrons and members on YouTube, if you wanted to become a member too, you can support there as well. We're going to be streaming tomorrow, I believe, tomorrow night, probably later in the night. We're doing a turn right back over to White Plains, hopefully with another W. I don't know, though. We've got a couple of players out, so we'll see. That fort was to protect from Canada. I thought so. It's got to be something like Canada, somewhere from the north coming in. I figured that. Because can you imagine sailing from the south upriver? No, that would be. I mean, it could be done, but yeah, it would be a tough go at it. That's for sure. Yeah, that's a good place to do it. You get a good, nice choke point like this. That's a good spot to do it. That defends their city. Anyway, pretty neat. Okay, folks. Until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down. I am taking off. And everybody have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. I've got to schedule it for our patrons. It's coming. All right, ciao.